Hello, everyone. Say hello, Libby. Hello. That's my daughter. Hello. I'm on camera, don't worry. Oh, that's me. It went through YouTube. Yeah. Hello, Asa. Hello, Metal. Hello, Ryan. Hello, AL. Hello, PJ. JB. Links there if anyone wants to jump in. I've put my ugly fish back for popular demand. That's my ugly fish. This is YT. Right, SYT. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Hey up early. My daughter wants to be on YouTube. Should we put her on? We'll put her on. Let's put her on. Let's put the camera on, Libby. Say hello to everyone. Oh, say hello, Libby. Hi, say hello. Right.
Oh, I don't breathe yet.
You don't want to be on camera. Paul, when you're getting rid of the purple pond tank, as soon as Nick gets his finger out of his ass, then I will do it like that. Hey, Levi. Ailey said hello. But she's seen that, she'll be like, it's an IE. She does it with everyone. Went to parents' evening the other day. She wrote why. She went to a teacher straight away. It's an IE. She's corrected it now. Put Libby with an IE. Hello, Ryan. Yeah. Hey, Michael.
Hello.
It's can't be asked live stream.
So it's just to lie on the couch and just talk about live stream.
Did I fall asleep on what? How do you know? I did. Why did you hear
it? What's that?
She said, did you fall asleep on the live stream the other day? I said, yeah, why? She goes, oh, I came downstairs and shut the door because I heard everyone talking except you. So she knew I fell asleep and just left me. She's come downstairs and shut the door. Nice of her, isn't it? I felt I was snoring like a trooper.
Yep, you was. Last time I was on and you fell asleep. Yep, snoring like a trooper. 2 people now. You've done it and Nick's done it.
What, fell asleep on the street?
Fell asleep on the stream, snoring away.
I always fall asleep. Sometimes when you see me turn my camera off because I know I'm drowsy, so I'll turn it off just in case I do nod off.
You know what? I don't know what it is, but like I've never ever been able to be that tired. You know, like where I just shut down if stuff's happening. You know, if I'm on a live stream and stuff's happening, I just, even like these type of ones, I don't think I could ever let myself, you know, mentally fall asleep.
Yeah, but
I'd have to be shattered.
If I was in a chair like you, do you know one of the chairs you've got?
Yeah.
And I was up with headphones on, I wouldn't fall asleep, but because I'm lying down like I am now.
Yeah.
I could just do that. So while I'll shut my eyes, you know, while someone's talking away. And my missus says when I go to bed, I go night and I go straight away like that.
I had why?
It pisses her off though. She'll be like, I can't sleep. I'm like, night.
My wife's exactly the same. Literally, her head touches the pillow, and she just goes heavy. And it's like, there is no. I'll move my arm and go, there's no way you're asleep. She's asleep, and I'm like, I can't even switch a light off that fast.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can fall asleep straight away. Always have. I do it when I come off from work. I just jump on set and I'll just straight away. I'll just go. I'll have 5 minutes. It's good when you can, innit? Like, you fall asleep quick. You don't think you do. I always wake you up upstairs when you're doing your homework. Oh, I was just having 5 minutes. So you...
I had a fly in me. I had a fly in my eye. I was trying to suffocate it.
Thing is, when I was 16, there's no way I could sleep during the day. You had to wait for lights to go down, didn't you?
No, I couldn't. I was the opposite, me. I was proper like, I've always been a night person, even when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? During the day, sleep all day. As soon as the sun started to go down, ding, wide awake. Sat there watching crappy telly all day because all my mates had gone to bed.
It's the same. Look, how do people fall asleep that quick? I just do. I always have done. I think what it is, honestly though, like when I was younger, I could never do it. When I was in the army, it started, which I think is one of them. When you know you got to get some sleep, when you can get some sleep, you take it. You take that opportunity to get some sleep.
Yeah, because you never know. It might be the next 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, and you get no sleep.
So like in the afternoon when we used to have dinner, I used to get my dinner quick, and I used to just fly up to my room and have an hour.
But do you know, before I started back on this job, you know, like obviously people was like, you're on every live stream. How do you do it? You don't sleep. You can't sleep if you're on every live stream. And that's literally what I was doing. All I was doing was just pinching an hour here and there, you know, like, oh, you know, got a little bit of time, I'll pinch an hour sleep, get an hour sleep, get back up again, and then flipping crack on and do other stuff, you know what I mean? I was doing that all the time, but it was killing me. It was writing me off.
So, if it is, how many people's in? We've got 16. Who's in the UK that's in here now?
I didn't get a notification, by the way.
You didn't?
No, I just literally just randomly just had a look on YouTube and you said you were streaming.
Yeah, you might get it. So me and Seymour, we did it once when we did a live stream. I think, was it his? But it was 15 minutes after it started up, I got the notification.
All right.
15 minutes, so that's why I usually say we'll wait a bit till people get the pings.
There we go.
So PJ, are you going to the Aqua Expo?
PJ Goblin?
Yeah.
He's not English, is he?
He just said me.
He's not English as far as I know.
Mattel's Reef. So I contacted Triton. They got back to me fast, but they pass it on to
Mo Salah.
That was Monday.
Salah.
Seymour's been on the roam.
Mo Salah. Hey guys, how you guys doing? I didn't realize I was in the stream.
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
Hello, exclusive.
You've been streaming now for 10 minutes. I literally just got notification now.
Yeah. There you go, Michael. That's why when you start a stream, Michael, you got something to say and never say it till at least 15, 20 minutes into it.
But also as well, I stream for the replay. So I always stream for the re-upload. So I do everything as if it's not live, if you know what I mean. So I always stream so that when people watch it on the upload, they're not waiting 10 minutes to actually start getting into things. When I stream, I think about what people are going to see when it goes on the upload.
I've never watched a live stream back. I think the only ones I do are the shorter ones, like Debs when I've missed one.
Yeah, me too. Never.
My live streams when I did the Friday night one, the live streams would finish with about 1,000, maybe 1.2 thousand views after the fact, you know. But then the following day or the following 2 days, it'd double, so it'd go to like 2,500. So people were watching after the fact. Definitely.
Yeah. I know, like Nick and a few other people say they watch streams after. Like Nick says all the time when he's working in the unit, he watches live streams, but I don't.
Yeah. I watched
I
videos.
like because most of the time live streams are just more audio than visual, aren't they? So
I think
I tend
more
to use
interactive.
live.
Yeah, the
like
more
podcasts.
interactive. So
Yeah,
that's
and
why.
I tend to use them like podcast mode. Like say if I'm on the road and I just want someone to listen to, I don't have to watch it. I just listen to it. You know what I mean?
I think the reason I don't like watching them because you could talking about something reefing, then we're talking about spaghetti bolognese for half an hour. Then we start talking about pumpkin. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's
The
I
towels.
like spaghetti bolognese. Who doesn't like spaghetti
Oh, look at
bolognese?
that! It's a Triton house already. Look.
Ooh.
So let's just run through this, Michael. What supplements do you use?
What?
Supplements do you use?
Try
DC, what supplements do you use? Emo, what supplements do you use?
For now, Triton.
And I use Triton. So if anyone wants to jump in, you've got to be Triton. So welcome to the Triton stream. Has anyone got any questions? Mattel's Reef has got one. He's contacted Triton about his leaking cartons. So I contacted Triton. They've got back to me fast, but they pass it on to the US seller. That was Monday. I've not heard anything from them. How interesting is that? Now, I agree totally with that. You should go back to the person you bought it off.
Let me answer first. Let me answer Metals. If you go to the Triton thing on Facebook, hang on a second, and I can give him the email address if he wants it. But I contacted the guy on Triton, the guy on what's his name, Tim at Triton. I sent him a message through. You go to the Triton Applied Reef Bioscience support group on Facebook. They give you a phone number to contact. It's hello, HELLO at Triton. HELLO at Triton.de. Sorry, that's the German one. Sorry. Contact Tim. Oh, you know what? Let me post it in the chat. I'll post it in the chat. But you contact him. He got back to me within hours, and I already have Triton solutions on the way already. So BRS and everybody else was out. But when I contacted him, within like a couple hours, he got back to me, and I had Triton solutions. He sent me and said I already shipped your Triton solutions out. So I just posted it in the chat. Let me set it at his name. Hey Metals, there's the email address. I posted it twice. But yeah, contact him and Tim. Yeah, he'll sort you out. He sorted me out quickly. I haven't gotten my new solutions yet, but believe me, he got back to me within a really short period of time. I was shocked. Like I think it was a day when I was on the. You remember the last time we had a live stream? The last time DC was on when we had that Triton live stream, I emailed him during the live stream, and before the live stream was finished, he got back to me. He asked me for my address, and I already have. I don't remember if I have a tracking number, but he said, I think in a day or two I should have replacement Triton solutions. Not ideal. You want your Triton solutions not to leak, but I gotta say I give them mad props for that.
Wonderful. Oh. So you are the plug.
Hey man, listen, man. Things never listen. They're having issues now, and things never go right 100% of the time. But the fact that Tim was so responsive, and I'm not saying he's responsive because I got new Triton solutions, but at least I always said, man, I feel like Triton should have came out and apologized and said we're sorry, we're having issues. But I feel like it's just been a pass the buck between BRS, between everybody who's doing Triton. They're blaming everybody. Like I feel like everybody's blaming each other. So if there was a statement together that said, "Hey, we're sorry, we screwed up, yada yada yada, this and this," I think that would make me feel better. But they did kind of send me out some replacement solutions, so I got to get them props for that. Cuss them out when they do bad, but you got to get them props when they do good, man.
What salinities, Brian?
We said what?
Do you know Brian Water? Brian. brine.
Brine water.
Yeah. What's that? What salinity is that?
I have no I don't know. It could be anything.
No, brine's usually high, isn't it? I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah,
what.
very, very high.
Yeah, because that's what the water. Like when I got these shrimp, they said they're in brine water.
Oh, that means because brine is anything salinity. Our salinity is I think anywhere from 3 to 5%. That's what's contained. What's our salinity? 33. Our salinity is what?
35.
35. No, it's not 35. It's through. No, I don't think it's it. I don't think it's contained. When we measure our salinity, when you measure it in parts per thousand, it's 35 parts per thousand. That's like point something percent. That's like 0.3% or something. It's not that high. It's
Yeah.
really low. So it's
I know
really low. So
the Red Sea is 40, and the
yeah,
Mediterranean is 38.
yeah. So about 4%. So that would be brine. That would be a little bit more brine. I know I've heard that the Red Sea is a little bit more saline than
Ah, I've got it here. Brine pools 50 plus. Briny water 50 plus.
Jesus, PPT,
Yeah,
PPT.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're getting those shrimp, that means, I mean, if you, that means they could live in your tank then. You could probably acclimate them to lower. They probably survive longer if you acclimate them. But
Listen,
I,
what's
I
that?
thought,
What's that? What's that?
what?
Throw 'em in. Throw 'em in.
Uh,
Throw 'em in. Hey, you got to remember this is me. I've never lost a fish and I've never lost a coral by popping and dropping. Every shrimp, snail, crab I've got has been popped and dropped.
that's the narcosis method, you know?
Hey, is it working? All right,
Seems
Jeeves.
to be.
Jeeves is playing drums on his mic.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Jeeves?
As you see, you've got me just lying, chilling on the settee. You've got DC doing the same thing. We're just relaxing, doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell this anemone. Come on, man. People, y'all know y'all need an anemone, man.
And then you got me in the back of a frigging wagon grafting my nuts off.
Wait, huh?
Michael,
He's
these shrimp, do you know these clear shrimp?
Who's shrimp?
The shrimp that you feed your wrasser.
You still working, Mike?
Yeah, I saw that.
No,
What shrimp?
he's just in the back of a lorry dragging stuff around.
What
Yeah, I
shrimp?
feel your pain.
But do you know these clear shrimp that you get from pet shop?
Clay shrimp.
Clear.
Oh, river shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What salinity are they in? I didn't check the salinity, but they said they're in briny water when I got them from Maidenhead.
Depends what shop that they do, but most of the times it's in reef level.
Right.
If they've got them in tanks, normally in reef level because there's no point in them having them anything different.
But they're surviving your tank.
Yeah, I've got some in my sump, huh?
Yeah, I've got them in my sump now. I've got 2 bags of them, just throwing them in.
I feed them to Freddy.
Yeah, well, I fed some to my wrasse already, like spaghetti.
Sucking them down, huh?
Oh, I love them.
Oh, shit.
Hello, Lindsay. Lindsay's in, Miss Lurker. Just the tips in.
That's it.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, seen him over there, but yeah, he's been away. Just pops in and out, you know, being just the tip.
Yep.
Crazy.
So what are you up to? Oh, look, inappropriate reefer top.
Yeah, probably.
I think since I remixed that alkalinity solution correctly this time, I think I got it dialed in now. In 6 days, I've gone from 8.3 to 8.4. So it should stabilize right about there, I'm hoping.
I'll tell you what, if this camera could see the colours that I see with my eyes now, that'd look beautiful. cameras are crap. I need a camera that can show you the pure, the colour of it. The Senai Reef monitor is crap. Why is that? Why is that, Lindsay? Explain.
Oh, she messaged me today. Sorry, Lindsay. I've been busy. I didn't get a chance to get back to you. But yeah, she did message me. Her numbers were way off, and I agree. When she put her Senai in, her numbers were way off. Tell her to jump in for a minute. Can you jump in for a minute? I know you have to calibrate it. Come on.
Did you leave it to soak for 2 days? 48 hours?
Oh, did you leave your slide to soak for 2 days? Because her pH was saying her temperature was 75. I don't know if that's off, but her pH was saying 8.74. Did you soak your slide for 2 days? That's a very important question. Whoop whoop.
Yep, she soaked it for 48 hours. No,
Okay,
I agree with that about the temperature. And saying that though, I never know which one to go off. I've got a temperature controller which shows me one temperature, and the Senai showed me another temperature. So what I did, I just changed it to go with the temperature controller. Because you can change it yourself. You can put it up and down. But the pH, there's always variations of pH, and it's always plus minus 2 without even the best kits. So if you took 2 off it, it's 8.5. What does your monitor is at? Okay, Seymour, just ignore us. You're all right. Anyway, DC, how are you? Because Seymour's just ignorant.
sorry, I'm talking to the wife. Give me a second.
Looking at I think I'm gonna try to so I lost the powder blue tank.
You've lost the powder blue?
I lost the powder blue, yeah. To white spots. So I think I'm gonna try to QT. I think I am. I don't know. What you guys think?
The thing is with powder blues, 99% of people at powder blues get white spot. They're just prone to white spot. They're just scared of anything. They're scared their own shadow or shit himself and get white spot. You know what I mean?
Moral of the story is, don't get tangs.
Except a cool tank. One, they're more prone to white spot. Extremely prone. They don't grow big, and they're absolutely brilliant at eating algae off the rock.
But you know what? Every time it hit my system or resurface, I guess, my hippo gets it, the other tank gets it, but they always recover. But the ones that I guess bring it out, they don't never make it. Like I'm looking at my hippo and he's covered, but he always recovers. Like it's like his 4th time getting it. So I know he's like pissed off. Like why you keep bringing other tanks in here? But I think
hippos or the regal tanks are the best at clearing up quick. They get them for fun, but they clear up quick. I've noticed that with regals. Like I say, it comes and goes. Keep them healthy, keep them fed well. I think you should be fine. As long as that regal's gone, you should be okay.
Yeah. I don't give up.
Blue.
I never give up. Mike, don't give up on the tanks.
No, give up on them.
Don't give up on them.
They are beautiful, but they're pain in the ass. That's the problem.
Yeah, they are a pain in the ass. I don't know. I could imagine my tank without a tank. I don't think it. I don't like the look of not having big.
Yeah, I love tangs.
Yeah.
I love tangs. I love tangs. My wife loves tangs, to be honest, and that's why I can waste a lot of money on this without her getting too upset. Is because she loves tangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love tangs. I don't know. I just think like clownfish and tangs. Like everything else is nice to have, like all these fancy things. But if you don't have a tang, it could be whatever tang. You can get that small Tomini tang if you want. But a tang and clownfish, I don't know. I feel like those are staples. Some people may not like it, but like those type of fish, but that's my opinion. And also, what I've realized the few times I've had no tags in my tank is they do a lot for algae control, man, that you don't realize. Like
Mm.
something like even like a bristletooth tang in like a 50-gallon tank or something like that. That does a lot for like they're scraping algae all day. And there's like little pieces of algae that like if you have an algae problem, a tang is not gonna take care of it, you know? But as a preventative measure, just
Mhm.
have them like just picking at the rocks, and as soon as a little bit of algae pops up, they just clean it off. They're pretty good as a preventative measure, to be honest.
Well, that's why I said cold tank. You're better off with a cold tank.
Yeah, the cold tang, yellow eye cold tang, the Tomini tang. There's also one within that same size and that same genus that's like reddish. I love that one.
That's what I have. I have the flame fin Tamini.
Oh, that thing is the one. Is it the one with the white tail or?
It's the one with the
Oh,
white tail and the
that
bright
one's
orange fins.
Oh,
yeah.
that
The whitetail
how
is
much?
really aggressive.
How much do you pay for that, Jeeves? Because you know that thing is like a few $100s here.
You want to know what I paid for it?
I don't think so. Last year,
$65.
oh man, last year at Reefapalooza, that thing was like
Wow.
$299, right? DC?
Yeah, yeah. You talking about the white tooth bristle tang?
Yeah, yeah.
Whitetail? Yeah.
Whitetail bristletoe. Yeah, that thing was like $300 here, man.
Yeah. They're pretty pricey, but I like them though. They got that
I do.
whitetail really makes them stand out. I
hmm
like
I've seen
yeah.
those tanks can get pretty big though. Like when they're healthy and they like a fully mature one, you'd be surprised how big they can get.
Right. I mean, like I said, I'm with you. Oh, I think certain fish just a staple in this hobby. Like, but the first fish I've ever noticed in the saltwater was the clownfish. Like, just the way they swim, how their fins look, and I was like, man, it had me amazed. Like, look at that. I never seen nothing. I never seen a fish like that. And then having a blue hippo tank, that beautiful blue and black stripe. You just gotta have it. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people like wrasses and stuff, but a lot of wrasses
Yeah,
remind me of freshwater fish.
I like wrasses. It's just that to me,
They're skittish.
they're
Yellow
nice to
side.
have. Yeah,
Yep.
they're nice to have. I just like tangs. I like tanks. And I
Okay.
think once I have my dream tank, I think I'll have a balance of some big tanks, and then you just mix in a bunch of medium to small size fishes.
Well, what
Yeah.
size tank? What size tank would you get? Oh,
Probably a 6 or 7 foot, 300, 350.
2,300 gallons. Wait, what?
No, 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 no,
I'm
no.
just
What?
kidding.
Nah, man.
Sorry.
Nah,
Twenty-three hundred gallons.
let's say a 7 footer. Because
Mm-hmm.
my wife's life goal is to have a fully grown Nassau. So I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
we need like 350 or so to like house a fully grown Nassau.
Is
Oh
it
well,
is it more so water volume or the length of the tank?
they need to travel. I know that I know I've seen some unicorn tanks, and even in a freaking 2,000 gallon system, the tank looks small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
These guys are
I've
like
seen a
freaking
fully
close
grown
to,
Nassau.
yep, friggin' 18 to 24 inches. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they look like a whale in your tank or something. I
Yeah,
don't like that look.
that's
I like
well, I
swimmers.
mean, when they're small, it looks great. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When they're small,
right.
it looks great. It's when they start getting bigger. So the
Yeah, I
juveniles
don't.
are pretty nice. You know,
What's
they're
funny? What's funny is
sub-adults.
I don't like a tang that swims with his tail. I guess like I want to see him swimming with his fins. Like actually,
Oh,
not
the
like
top and the bottom, like he's on cruise control.
yeah. I don't
Ah,
like that
see what I
swaying.
did there?
Yeah,
Cruise
I like
control.
him. I like him actually like flapping and you know doing laps.
Oh,
Hmm.
see the Nassau tang is so graceful when it swims because it's like almost like no
It's like a
wasted
whale.
motion, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unlike the way I walk. Just kidding.
Like I think
uh,
like the powder blue man, that bad boy can swim. Like he got some speed to him. So I like fish like that. You know,
Yeah.
really kind of
See, but that's what I'm saying is you need something big. You know what I'm
right,
saying? To really appreciate their speed.
right.
Those
Something
guys,
long,
and then get a whole school of them.
like a
Oof.
10. See, you know what, Cruz? I kind of like I like one of everything. I don't like I don't like personally. I don't like a tank full of like 4 or 5 yellow tank. Like I want
Oh,
one yellow tank, one powder blue, one blue hippo. You know, because I
like
would appreciate them more as one instead of a pair of them. Like I like a school of
There's
like chromuses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
there's
not
certain fish, unless a fish exhibits certain behavior when they school together, like I don't think I'd be up for that. Like if you have a school, like I personally think my tank is too small and the nutrients just got out of control. But I like a small Harima Anthias, like 6 or 7. Like if I had that big a tank, I think I
right.
would get like a Harima Anthias. Yeah, like I don't know what type yet, but even when I had some lyre
Bartlett's.
tails, Bartlett's,
Bartlett's.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bartlett
Or
is
the
they,
nice.
saddleback. Or the
yeah,
saddleback freaking Anthias. Oof.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think Antheus definitely should be grouped like Antheus, chromuses, even some damsels. But I don't like grouping tank. Like I like the tank to be special. Like just one yellow tank, one powder blue. I don't want because it kind of like I don't know if it seemed weird to me. Like it's like they just there. They don't seem special to me if you got more than one of those. But like a school of chromes is cool. I guess that's just me because I see a lot of big tanks and they have like 6 yellow tanks, and I'm like, how do how do you differ the ones from that? Like they don't have no personality, all on the same. Like
See,
yeah,
I
it's
like a
just
That's
school of
number
dark.
one. That's number
right.
2.
I can't
That's
tell them from
that's
apart
number
though.
3.
Right. On the only exception I would say for me would be like if you get a blue
DC wants to
hippo.
come home and look at his fish and go, "Hiya Phil, hiya John, hiya Steve," instead of
Yeah.
going, "Hi 1, 2, 3, and 4."
Right. All right, that's family. But only thing to change that for me would be like if I get a blue hippo and then one of them is a yellow belly blue hippo. What I'm saying? I'll do that, like a regular one and a yellow belly one. But other than that, I wouldn't do like a school of the same fish, especially big fish like that. It's just weird. Like I do a naso tang and a blonde naso tang. I wouldn't do the same like 2 naso tangs. They have
I
to be
can't hear
some
you.
type. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's you, Cruz.
Nah, DC faded out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I
Yep.
fell asleep. I fell asleep from that smooth BC voice. I dozed off from that smooth BC voice.
Whatever.
I'm thinking about
Yeah.
trying a
So,
couple of damsels in my 75.
oh yeah.
I saw someone's tank the other day that had a few damsels, and it's really kind of it's was it CJ? I think CJ has bought like a couple of those yellow tail damsels, and I'm really considering like just trying a couple because that's another fish that has like a nice electric blue, and just one or two of them darting around the tank, wouldn't be probably be nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a
I've been looking at the trios and the pairs on Live Aquaria recently.
Of damsels, they
I'm
sell
thinking about
pairs.
doing a trio of Kamahara blennies for my Nano. And then, they had a trio of damsels, some type of damsel on there the other day. Let's see.
All right, I'm looking right now.
But either way, I'm thinking about just getting 3 or 4 damsels and putting them in that 75 because I think they'll leave each other alone since there are bigger, more aggressive fish in the tank.
Well, they won't bother each
Are they
damsels
are they going in as grouper food?
I'm hoping to get them. That's my experiment is because I've been doing a little bit of reading and I'm trying to get some more data before I pull the trigger. If they're adults,
you should get a frogfish.
No, I'm not having frogfish versus grouper war. Because as of right now, the grouper's probably going to win.
Oh,
Freddie.
gotcha. Get
When
another
is Freddie
Friday.
getting revealed?
He's only about 6-7 inches long, but I think he'll beat any frogfish right now.
When is the debut of Freddie? Mike, keep hearing.
He's already been on.
I haven't seen. I seen on the live stream. I'm talking about video.
No, I've not made any videos yet. I've not made any videos at all, really. I like to wait to see, because obviously, like I was saying earlier on about the whole flipping YouTube troll situation, I like to wait now until I definitely know that he's going to survive, because obviously he eats in a certain way and stuff like that. So I just want to make sure that I've got everything nailed with him, because I've never kept a fish like this before. So
Hey man, it's all about your experience, not what everybody else would say.
yeah, YouTube, we tell that to YouTube.
Man, tell YouTube to suck it.
You gotta suck it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just one of those where I'm just being cautious with certain things, because I'm just sort of like trying to be cautious with Aaron's Aquarium, as in the brand Aaron's Aquarium, because I want to, obviously I want Aaron's Aquarium to be considered in a certain way, and if I keep carrying on the way I'm carrying on, it won't be. So I'm just being careful with what I do, what I say, how I act, and what videos I put out. So I'm in the planning stage at the moment of what I'm going to do, or what I am doing. So
well, Michael, when did it get to this point where what happened to Aaron's Aquarium being just fun and your channel?
That's what I'm going back to. No, that's what I'm going back to, because that's the problem. Is it went to a job, it went to being a job, and that's what took it away from me. That's what stopped it being fun. So that's why I'm not doing anything at the moment, because I'm just planning how I'm going to go back to just Aaron's Aquarium, the fun channel. You know what I mean? The fun, enjoyable channel. But at the same time, is me, I have to have everything done in a certain way. So
yeah, I get it.
So I just
hey, Reef, what? Oh, is O still here? Oh, mute yourself. I'm washing dishes, O.
It's OZ, that's why he's not talking.
Yeah, I'm literally washing dishes and got the phone popped up.
Somebody's washing dishes again. That's so cool.
Yeah,
sounds like automation. Yeah, YouTube should be fun, man.
It is. That's it. YouTube is fun, and the thing is, that's what I mean. Is I've lost that. I've fell off. I fell off that because I'm too worried about what people think, and I'm too focused on what people think. So it's every time like, oh, I think I might do this video, and I'm like, oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, if I make this video, who's it going to piss off? You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's a natural. Thing to want a good response, because you mean well. If you're so concerned about, trolls,
there's the back door.
Don't like you, then you're never gonna have fun.
Michael, were you ratcheting stuff down in the back of the truck?
I don't know. It got loud over there, though.
I think that's what he was doing, was working with ratchet straps. That's what it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
And then you heard the back door of the truck go down. I'm just picturing him cranking on the ratchet, hopping out of the truck, and rolling the back door down.
I'm washing dishes, so guess what? My hand is not going in the tank. So I learned a lot from reefing with her.
Just vinegar rinse after. That's what I do.
That's why he washes dishes, y'all, so he keep his hands out the tank. It's a method. It's a method to his madness.
So really, what do y'all think about the damsels?
They're nice. If you have a big enough system, you could actually school them, which is pretty.
Well, that's with that grouper. I think if I get them larger, I don't think he'll be able to eat them because they are faster. They are a little more temperamental. It's not like they're just a little goby hanging out on the bottom, moving around slow. You know.
Hmm. But you got to watch out for them because once again, there's not much room for them to evade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In a tank.
Yeah.
So
I love a school of chromuses, like green chromus. I like how
Yeah.
that
See,
looks.
like I know they would just disappear. They don't have the
Yeah.
temperament to be able to deal with him. Because he's not the asshole in the tank that stupid squirrelfish is. The squirrelfish is the aggressive one in my tank.
I don't like squirrelfish. Their freaking eyes freaking me out.
I know they're huge. That's why I like him, because he'll hide. And
Yeah, but it's like
especially
his
at night, if I'm in there
eyes
with
are red too, red and
Yeah.
big.
Are they reef safe? The squirrelfish? Do they kill like
Yeah.
inverts?
I haven't had one kill. I haven't had him go after anything, but I don't have any shrimp in there
Okay.
because I know the
thought that
grouper
they
will
eat
kill
shrimp.
shrimp.
Yeah, squirrelfish.
He
is a
probably
grouper, right?
would because no, squirrelfish is a squirrelfish. They're
Felon.
I have a squirrelfish and a grouper. Let's see.
Oh wow. Well, we know the grouper is not invert safe, right?
No,
Yep.
any shrimp he'll eat, but I mean he doesn't mess with hermits and snails and.
Right. That's what I mean. Like I like shrimps and stuff, so.
Oh yeah,
I
I got a shrimp
I
in
can
my
get
my nano though.
Yeah.
Ray
I
fin
really
fish.
miss my nano.
They are soldier fish.
Soldier fish. Ready
Yes.
for war. I think I'm eventually, maybe next year, I'm gonna put 2 nanos beside my big tank and plumb them in together, so I could get like some of the smaller fish in the nanos and kind of enjoy it that way.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, have them look like
How would you keep? How would you keep it from floating and keep them from jumping out?
How would I keep it from what?
From jumping out of the nano.
Oh, I have a net over. And the new Innovative Marines lagoons, they have external ones now, so I'll get 2 of those. And then like try to do like a so I'll have 3 tanks total, the big tank and the 2 lagoons beside each other, and plumb it all in the same system, and like kind of do like a I might do like a species only tank in one of the nanos, and then do like real small fish in the other one. It is my thought. I always have some turn thinking in my head what I do, but that'd be like for like next year, something like that. But have it all, like I said, all plumbed into the system, so it's all running on Triton. You know, everything is. So yeah, this my thoughts, man.
Yep.
What's up with Macman, y'all? Any y'all excited? Y'all getting started planning it out? Anybody put the time in and work and stuff?
I can't hear you. You keep on fading out.
I keep fading.
I'm 100% going.
Okay. Oh. Hey. Oh, I'm watching this though.
Oh man.
It's kind of therapeutic too. To be honest with you. So everybody that was clowning up for watching this, maybe you should try it while you're on the live stream. You might like it. Hey, oh, you didn't tell him the secret why you watch the dishes so much. But I told him.
He lost the bet.
No, he didn't lose the bet. He watched it so he keeps his hands out the tank.
Oh no. My wife cooks, so I clean. I wash the dishes. I think it's
That's
a fair
the
trade.
politically correct term, If you do it, so keep your hands out the tank.
She's a better. Yeah. That's it. That makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does.
All right,
I
I'm
put
gonna
too
go
much
get
soap in
Tyler.
it though.
Yeah, I like bubbles. I like bubbling, and I like bubbles in my. It's a
I put too
win-win.
much soap in it though. So you all about bubbling?
Yeah, trying to figure out how I could do some bubbling on the Nano without like basically like over drowning everything. I need a nice. I need that Tom's Aqualifter is like a nice all-around utility pump, man.
Yep.
Yeah, use it for bubbling. You use it as your ATO pump. I like it. And so I have one. I use it for bubbling. I also like the fact that it can pull in air. So I just shove the other end out the window and it pulls in air from outside. I like the fact that I can use it for an ATO pump. Also, what I also like is that I've tested it before and it doses at like a known flow rate. So you know how you have if you're dosing something, you can also just put it on your apex and turn it on for like 20 seconds. You could measure how much it doses. So in a pinch, you could use it as like a dosing pump.
But yep.
So it's a very versatile pump to have, man.
Oh, not only that, but you'd also be able to draw out the air out of your Dursos and some of your overflow piping. You'd be able to suck out the air so that you're not drained.
Yeah, I like it. It's a nice little pump. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
it
I
is.
need another one.
Hey, I got some. You need some?
I need one. Not some. I need one.
One what?
I think I think O said that he wanted a box.
Box.
He wanted one box, one pallet,
Yeah.
one pallet of friggin' air
Yeah.
pumps.
And then the thing about the Tom's Aqualifter is too, it holds the water in the line because
Yep,
what
no
you
bleed
have
back.
is So one of the things when I use like another pump for an ATO, it it bleeds back exactly what you said. It bleeds back, so it has to pump the water the entire length of the thing again every time you ATO, but it holds the liquid in the line, and that I like using it as a dosing pump because if you turn it on for 20 seconds, you're gonna get that known flow rate every time.
Yep.
And nice little pumps. I don't know if they
Yeah,
have
they're
them in the
pretty.
UK.
They're pretty quiet too.
Yeah, when you're using them for bubbling, you can't put them on a wood stand because I think they vibrate. But when you're using them for liquid, they're dead silent for liquid.
Yep.
I don't hear it because the intake is goes outside and then the outtake is under the water. But I like them, man. They're I'm a big fan.
Yep.
Big fan. Oh, it's a crappy day. Like so overcast, and at least it's not cold.
Yeah, it's 50 degrees over here, bright and sunny, but it dropped 18 degrees in the last 2 hours.
Ugh.
It went from 68 to 50.
I'm glad when I'll be glad when it's summer again, man.
Yep. Oh man.
I'll be glad. I'll be glad. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Wait, who else? Let me see who else is on the chat here. We got
Hey,
Paul William. Yo.
Hey, did you I know it's between me, but did you send that ozone off?
Yes, I did, man.
Okay, my man. Say no more.
So I sent it off to them. I personally don't think anything is wrong, but can't hurt.
Right. Okay. I'm just anticipating it. That's all.
Yeah, they might. I think after speaking to them, they might move a little bit slow, DC, but you'll get it. Probably a week or so.
Yeah, no rush. I still gotta get the air dryer. So
You probably get some. You probably get something from me in the mail because I have like some ozone resistant tubing, and then some check valves and stuff like that with it. So that I'll just drop that in an envelope.
okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem,
Hey,
man.
who here in the stream doses Kalkwasser?
No.
Oh, not because I don't like it, but
I'm
to
about
me,
to start.
the difference between my summer, my seasons, I have such a drastic difference in evaporation that it just takes me too long between seasons to dial it in. I have done Kalkwasser from a dosing pump though, and that worked fine on the Nano for me. But I don't.
Okay. Who here doses 2-part alkalinity calcium?
Would ATI Essentials count as that? Or would you classify more that like Triton and all-in-one?
No, more like just the alkalinity, the carbonates and the calcium.
I do. On my new Nano, I use the ESV though.
And do you have it on a dosing pump or do you do it by hand?
Dosing pump.
Okay, I have a question for you. How are you aspirating the siphon?
How am I aspirating? Like, I gotta look
Okay,
up the word.
Like how are you sucking in air into the bottle?
Oh, so when I made my own dosing containers, I did drill. I did put another hole into the container. So I made my own dosing containers from Voss bottles, but I did drill a hole in the side of them to
Gotcha.
suck in air. Yeah, the first time I made dosing containers, I made that mistake. In fact, I went full. After I made a dosing container, I put silicone on it, sealed that bad boy up tight. But this time, I kind of use a drill bit and just made like a little hole.
Yep.
To kind of suck in air.
Okay. Have you noticed any difference between the seasons that your alkalinity isn't giving you what you want, like level wise?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know if I've paid attention that close. So but I always dilute my solutions, anyway. But
Gotcha.
I've never paid attention. Should I?
Well, alkalinity, or like the Kalkwasser and stuff, they gravitate towards carbon dioxide a lot, and would actually suck up and then precipitate out.
I know with Kalkwasser, they always say keep it covered. You don't have to keep it like vacuum sealed, but keep it covered because it loses its potency. But I didn't know that could happen with like regular old BRS 2-part.
Yeah, I mean it's a carbonate and it could fall out. If you have high enough CO2 in the air, Kalkwasser can be rendered useless if you're sucking in CO2 air as well.
So let's say, what size tank? What? Let's say you have really high CO2. I don't know a number. What dosing amounts would it make a significant difference? Like, will you say when you get to the point where you're doing 50 mils a day or using 1 or 2? I don't know. At what point do you think it makes a noticeable difference? Because the thing about like even BRS 2-part is you're never quite sure if the loss in potency even accounts for like you making a mistake and not making a mistake, but like the instructions for mixing 2-part are not exact. It's like fill a jug 3/4 of the way with RODI water, add 2.5 cups. So I don't ever know if the amounts are accurate. Like if I say I'm dosing 38 mils and like TMG said he's dosing 45, like I don't know, he may have a heavy hand when he's mixing, so his is more potent or less potent or something.
Paul, can you chat a link in the chat?
Wait, who is
DC? We can't really hear you.
Steph trying to join the chat.
Huh?
No, it's all right.
I'm about to get back in the chat. I gotta do some voiceover.
All right. Cool.
I'll be listening.
All right. No, that's a really good question though. I don't know what the volume dosing to air mixture. Do you know what I'm saying? I really don't have that kind of data. But I do know that, my buddy was dosing his Kalkwasser, right? And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm doing fine." He goes, "But I noticed that I have to dose more of my calc, because I don't know." And I'm like, "What do you mean you have to dose more?" He goes, "Well, it's different between summer and winter." And I was like, "Okay." So that's one of the things that we're helping him with. One of our friends, clients, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, we put on a CO2 scrubber on the air intake of his Kalkwasser.
and that works?
So far, he had to lower his. He was lowering his dosing.
So all you're doing is keeping the Kalkwasser more pure by giving it air without any kind of acidizer in it.
Correct, with no CO2. So it was a hunch that we had. Yeah, it was a hunch that we had that his calc was losing potency. So he wasn't getting everything that he wanted.
Yeah.
So he had to dose more and more just to keep up.
See, I'm about to start dosing Kalkwasser out of a dosing pump. I'm probably just going to get one of the BRS ones because I'm going to mix it on my for my 75, but I'm going to mix it light because I don't need a lot.
So you do like a half or a quarter dose,
right?
Water.
And what I'm going to do. I have the red starfish. It's something else here, rebranded here, but the little 3 dosing container thing. It was like $45. So they make a 10-liter one. So that's probably what I'm going to get is either they make a 5-liter and a 10-liter. So I'm going to get one of those to hook to that BRS single dosing pump, where then I can just set it on a timer to run for, 15 minutes a day, dose the 15 mils I need every day out of that larger container. And that'll help cut down on my auto top off too.
Yep. Yep. We used to do that. We used to put it into our ATO container, just like a spoonful.
Yeah,
or
I just don't want to do it into the auto top off because I use so much of it. And I've tried that.
Auto top off.
Yeah, and it blocked the pump up and.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I have the 5-gallon plastic jugs everybody uses for water, and I have enough room under my stand where all I do is slide one of those jugs under there and drop the ATO pump in it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was using for a while too.
Hey, Nishaven.
Hey.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. I've been around. I was on a couple days ago or something, but work and life and being an adult, which is stupid.
Ugh. Yeah. Freaking A, I hate adulting.
Adulting is the worst.
It is.
I just need to try to figure out how to make all the money without doing any effort, like, at all.
Well, I was thinking about this. I wish that there was just like a time during the day, like if you're tired, you could take a nap.
Yeah.
Away from the kids, away from everybody. You just go and take a nap.
That sounds fantastic. I'm actually coming up on nap time right now. And the
Well, it's
baby's in
funny.
daycare, so I don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
That's what you see a lot of the industrial painters and stuff do around here. You know, a lot of the, and I'm not being derogatory, but most of them are Hispanic. You know, most of them are Mexican. But that's what they do. They get here, they work their 10-hour day. It takes them 12 hours. They take half an hour for lunch. They take like an hour and a half nap in the hottest part of the day. They'll go lay down in the shade and take a nap and then get up and go back to work. But they work for those other 8 hours that they're here.
Oh, heck
yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah, they do.
Sounds like they have the right idea.
Yep. But they leave at about 5 or 6, right? An hour later.
What do you mean?
Like if they go to work at 7, they do.
No, they usually work like 5 to 5.
Oh, 12s.
Yeah, 12s, and they do. Usually, it's about 10 hours of work when you see them, and that's
Gotcha.
they'll work from 5 till like noon, and they'll take off from noon to 2, and then they'll work from 2 to like 5 again or 6.
Gotcha. So
they'll do 10,
like
11 hours of work. Yep. It just depends on what company they work for. You know, if they're for a one of the contractors, they only get like an hour lunch. But like the private, you know, painting and blasting companies that get contracted, they because they work for themselves, you know, they're paid by the job. You know, they're not paid by the hour, so they when they do that, that's when you see them doing that. You know, they'll get here. A lot of times they'll work from sun up to sundown. You know, during the summer they'll work 14-hour days, but they'll take that 2 hours in the middle of the day. And like I said, it's like 30 minutes of them eating lunch. You know, an hour to hour and a half a nap. They wake up, you know, whatever, use the bathroom, and then back to it, painting and blasting and whatever they're doing.
Nice. Second year.
Paul must be asleep.
Well, I saw him yawning like crazy.
Are we all friends?
Always. Hey, Lurker.
What's going on?
Not much. Doing my nails.
Yeah, so like I was complaining earlier, my Senai is ridiculous.
Oh?
About to unplug this stupid thing.
Why? What happened?
It's like all over the place. Like I set this slide for 48 hours like you're supposed to, and then I turn it on, and it's telling me my pH is 8.74.
What?
And that my temperature is 74 or 75 degrees. And then this morning, it's saying my pH is 8.4. And that now it's back up to 8.6, and that my temperature is 77 degrees from 75.
Okay. That sounds super accurate.
Yeah, it's
Well, it sounds
probably
like
the biggest gimmick I've ever bought. Huh?
So it sounds like the precision is there. You know, it's reading the change properly, it sounds like. But
yeah, it's supposed to drop. The pH is supposed to drop, but man, the numbers are just so far off.
Do you have some buffer solution?
No.
Yep, to do the calibration.
Yeah, get some buffer solution and calibrate it.
Yep.
There is no calibrating a Senai. It's just the slide. The slide calibrates it.
Well, you could check it.
You can
not a bad idea.
on the computer. if you go onto the computer with the Senai, you can adjust it to what your levels are. So if you're reading 8.5 on yours, that you slide it to that, because obviously you've got a plus and minus deviation anyway on it.
Doesn't that negate the purpose of it, though? I mean,
no, because you've got a deviation.
No, you're calibrating it.
Yeah, you're calibrating it, as you said. It's like when you get your KH, if the KH comes out, it might need to be a calibrated plus minus 2. If you think plus minus 2, that's a 4.4 deviation or something between the two.
Yeah, but that's plus or minus 0.2, right?
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about? Okay.
0.2 on a Senai.
So how does that explain the temperature fluctuation? Because I shouldn't have a 2-degree temperature fluctuation.
Is it 0.2?
No, it's a two full degree temp.
You sure that? I mean, I'm just asking because I'm asking. I'm not saying you're wrong.
It with,
because that's how much probably my tank swings a day.
Have you tested it with a mercury thermometer, not a digital thermometer?
Yeah, that's that's a whole nother discussion. I have about 4 different temp gauges on my tank, because one says 82 degrees, another one says 81, another one says 75, and then there's another one that says 78.
You know what I always do? I always get a mercury test, because you can't go wrong.
Yep.
The mercury test.
One of them is a mercury tester, and it says 78.
Right. And what does that compare to the Senai?
Senai, like I said, when I left the Senai in the tank for 48 hours. That's how I soaked the slide. I soaked it in the tank water for 48 hours, and so I let it sit in there. When I turned it on, which was at the end of my light cycle for the day, and it said the tank's temperature was 75 degrees.
And what was your mercury reading at that time?
See, visually, whenever I check it, it always shows 78. It always shows 78. Which, that makes sense to me only because my house, I keep my ambient temperature at 72. It always stays 72 in the house. Yeah. And then I'm running LEDs, so I have no other heat source except for a pump, but all pumps run all the time. There's never an on-off.
How much does the temperature in the room swing?
My ambient temperature?
Yeah.
1 degree. I mean, it literally, if it goes below 72 degrees, the heater kicks on. If it goes above 73 degrees, the AC kicks on. So there's literally...
Well, because that's why I'm asking, because in my house, the front room where my tanks are is furthest from the air unit. So it is always the warmest or coldest room in the house. So for me, I'm going to have to put a chiller. Now here lately, it seems like it's staying pretty stable, but that's because I've kept the AC set low because I've been home during the day. So I've kept it on 70 or 72. So it's staying right around 78.5 during the day. But at night, it drops to 77 because the house is actually cools to 72. And that's the thing. Even when I set it on 74, the house is 74, at the thermostat, but that front room gets much hotter, probably towards 78 degrees.
Well, yeah, and I understand that, but yesterday's high was 76 degrees. Today's high is 61 degrees. So why would I see a lower temperature for yesterday when the AC was running, as opposed to today it's showing 77?
Can you see my screen there?
Hang on.
There. That's from Senai.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to say you're wrong.
Yeah.
Is that Miss Lurker? Miss Lurker.
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing ideas what I've found with mine. Because that's what I was asking about a chiller a while back, and Cruz gave me a good idea that I'm going to try out. I'm going to get me a little mini fridge and maybe even one of the desktop ones, and I'm going to run my air intakes for my bubbling in there, and I'm actually just going to run my bubbler on the temperature controller. So when it gets hot, it's going to bubble with cold air.
You see that, right? The Senais are calibrated in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Right? And it's +1 degree.
I think it shows us in Fahrenheit, but
it looks like this is their website. So it says ±1 degree Celsius. So what's that in Fahrenheit?
A lot.
Like 3 to 4 ish.
So that's the variation you could get most probably.
Yeah, 0.1 degrees Celsius, right?
Yeah. Well, it says 1 degree Celsius.
1 full degree.
Right. Often
Yep,
people
1
say
full
temperature
degree.
is wrong in an aquarium thermometer. The temperature probes, when comparing them, most thermometers, even clinical, have a tolerance of up to ±1 degree Celsius. So it is often where the confusion arises. So even all the professional ones that you have can be ±1 Celsius. So that's what 3-4 Fahrenheit ±.
So, hold on, I'm about to tell you. 33.8 to 35.6. So 0.8. 1.8, almost 2 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go. So 2 degrees Fahrenheit. So if it is 2 degrees up, 2 degrees down, you calibrate it with one of yours, the one that you trust the most, and then that will stay balanced with it. So it's just a calibration thing again. Everything needs calibrating, even the professional ones.
Yep. All you're doing is just sliding the scale.
Yeah, just to match what you can physically see and all. If you trust your mercury one, you can set it to the mercury one. If you trust your digital one, set it to the digital one you've got.
yeah, I definitely don't trust the digital.
Well, what I'd do is I'd set that to the mercury one, which I trust the mercury one over anything. They're the ones that doctors stick up your ass. You know what I mean? So you know that they're good.
Well, I'll do that. I've only hooked this up because I'm doing a kind of a phyto experiment here pretty soon.
Yeah. See, it's like the thing is, I think the Senai is a good thing. It's just like I said, like you've done. A lot of people jump on and go, nah, temperature's wrong, it's crap. I'm like, well, just calibrate it. You know what I mean? And it should be right.
Well, it's psychological. You go to this little app that shows you your fish aren't happy because everything is so far off. You're like, what?
I know, my fish.
Yeah,
my
but
babies.
the Hannah checkers, they're plus minus 2. So they could be 2 up, not 0.2. They could be 2 up or 2 down, even in the Hannah checkers. It doesn't say 0.2, it says 2 ±2.
See the time that that fish would actually be unhappy is around 67 degrees. So anything above that, they should be pretty happy.
Unless they're boiling.
Well, 67. Well,
67. Well, you know what I'm talking about, Miss Lurker. Up to the point where we call normal, you know. So, you know, I want to say 78 to 82 degrees is where the majority of people keep their fish tanks.
Yeah, mine's 78.8 all the time.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to lie there. Mine's 25.9. 25.9. So mine's 78.62. To
140. What?
78.6. I mean.
Yeah.
So that's mine. That's what I keep mine at. 20. So it's always 20. If I have a look now, let's have a look at it now. It's got the camera on.
Hey guys, I have to jump off real quick. Gotta go into a meeting.
So if I go there,
I'll see you in a minute.
Later, Cruz.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Mine's 26 degrees Celsius, bang on. And it always bounces between 25.9 and 26.
Where's that new GHL? I don't see it.
Who's got a GHL? I want a GHL.
I have a GHL.
Nah.
Hey, Paul, how's everybody doing today?
Hey, Tina.
Nice stuff.
Hi, Tina.
I'm trying to figure out those little bitty mini fridges, the desktop size ones, if I can run them 100% of the time.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Can you? Because I know my wife had the little Coca-Cola one for her office, and you're not supposed to run it 24/7.
It's a fridge. You're not supposed to run a fridge 24 hours.
Because they're not Freon cooled; they're thermoelectric.
Right. I know a lot of people that have them.
There's a guy on Reef to Reef that modified like one of those little desktop fridges for his frozen food to automatically dose frozen.
See, that's kind of what I'm doing with it. Just no food. I wanted to hold my frozen food. I could put my couple little bottles, not frozens, my couple little bottles of refrigerated food in the bottom because it's going to go on the bottom of my Nano stand. But then I'm just going to put the air intake from my aqua lifter, drill a hole in it, run the tube into it, so that, and then silicone it back off so that it draws cold air for bubbling, and I'll set it up to where it'll automatically bubble when the temperature rises. So it'll give it a dual effect of bubbling and cooling.
Never gets hot enough here to do stuff like that.
Oh, it's like 84 degrees here today. By June, definitely by June, it'll be to where it's upper 90s during the day. And that's the thing is I can't run I can run the air conditioner in my house to keep it at 70 degrees, but it will run all day, every day. And then the electric bill is $300-400.
What kind of temperature are you trying to achieve with the air?
You talking about the temperature of the air itself or in the tank?
The air itself.
Cool enough to chill the tank down. 40, 50 degrees would be plenty.
Well, have you ever heard of Paul B?
No.
On Reef to Reef? He's like an old guy. He invented the Mahano wand. Mahano anemone wand.
Oh, okay.
The guy's been reefing for like 40 years, and his fish tank is well over 40 years old. So
You said
maybe
Paul
I'm wrong on those
V
numbers.
as in Victor?
No, B as in boy.
B as in boy.
Check out his thread. It's probably 600 pages long, I'm sure now, but it's Paul B's like 40-plus-year-old tank or something like that. But he's built a cooling system for his tank. That it's not like a chiller, but it's some kind of crazy cooling system. Maybe you can get some ideas from that. I don't know.
I looked at Joey King of DIY's build, and I had a mini fridge. I had the mini fridge that had the separate freezer, so it's like 3 feet tall by 2 feet by 2 feet. And I was going to leave it in that front room and put my food in it. Then I could put a couple beers in there, and then I could build a cooler with some coiled tubing like Joey King of DIY did. My wife told me, no way. Well, if I can fit it under the stand, then she can't complain because it's out of sight. So that's why I'm looking. I've got like 14 by 15 by 16 to work with is the space in that bottom shelf on that stand.
Well, check out what he's got going on, because I think he's just running like radiators or something. I think he just has like water pumping through some kind of like a radiator.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the little fan first, just using a USB fan. But I'm looking at if that doesn't work, what can I do?
Well, they got those little all-in-one coolers for PCs. I wonder if you could modify that. That's like a double or triple fan radiator with like a mineral oil that circulates on the inside.
Yeah, as long as the mineral oil didn't get loose, we'd be okay. Oh, but
I've
even
I've been using those all-in-one coolers for years, and I've never had an issue with one.
late,
But
yeah. Yeah, I've thought about. Said I think I'm gonna try a little clip-on fan first. But the thing is, I need something for my 75 too. And so if the bubbling thing works, well, then that's not anything to buy another aqua lifter. You know, I've already got the air stones. And even if I just let it bubble in the sump itself, you know, it'll be injecting cool air into the sump to cool that water off. Because I have mine on an Inkbird controller. But if fans aren't going to work, then because I didn't get my tank till the end of last summer, but I did notice that it would stay hot. I mean, during the day, the 75 would get 81, 82 degrees.
Well, I remember Rico when he was doing micro bubbling, he was doing it during the winter months, and the outside temp was dramatically affecting his tank temperature, though.
Right.
You know, it's probably not a big deal.
Cooler.
To have a little more controlled.
Yeah, that's all I'd be doing is basically doing bubbling to cool the tank, and that's Cruz suggested that, so it's dual purpose. I'll be bubbling every day. It just won't be bubbling on a timer. It'll be bubbling on a controller when the temperature rises.
I don't know. It sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
So we're going to try. That's what I'm looking at, those little look at this little thing. It's a mini fridge for makeup. Eye cream, eyeliner, skin cream. It's got a mirror built into the bottom of the lid.
But all right, guys, I gotta get back into work.
No worries.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I feel like I work all the stupid time. But all right, I will try and catch you guys later.
Yep. See you later, Lindsay.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll just be in chat later.
Bye bye. I'm just browsing Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Fish sites.
Because I know that they make the little thermoelectric cooler on 4 tanks, but then I'd have to drill the tank to put that cooling probe in there.
See, I won't know how to do any of that. They'd rather you than me.
No, I don't want to have to drill that.
Exclusive. You don't want just any radiator. You need a titanium radiator. Ace said they're too weak for a tank.
What is?
I don't know. I'm trying to read that. Zoo cooling fan for my 75 gallon. I don't know. The chat's confusing me. Just the tip has bought a Walt Disney.
Sorry, I'm back. I was making lunch.
Oh,
Everybody left.
No.
People come and go.
You look like you're about to go. Falling asleep over there?
I just fall asleep all the time, don't I? I'm the best at falling asleep. You want to yeah, and now he goes. Right? That's just you and me. And then there was 2.
Oh, but the best 2. So. Just kidding. The others are awesome too.
He's back.
There we go. Yeah, because I'm on my phone, so I have to have YouTube open first, or it kicks me out of Hangouts.
Oh, fun.
Zoo Med cooling fan on my 75-gallon tank and a 20-gallon sump. Yeah, Ryan, that's what I'm looking at first, is trying some fans. And I actually have I bought 4, whatever they are, 4.5-inch, 5-inch computer fans. And I rigged my Inkbird to a 12-volt adapter, so I can just plug them straight in. but I have to drill either the canopy or the stand to fit those. So I'll probably drill the canopy, fit those fans inside of there, run the wires down the back, and then I can plug them straight into the 12 volt for there. And I'm going to try that first because I have everything, but I really don't think fans are going to be enough because it's not just a matter of the tank is too hot. It's a matter of the whole room is too hot. That's why the tanks heat up. So I can either rig me a little something for, $80 to $100, or
get air
spend an extra $200 a month in electricity.
I don't know. I bought the second one, but that's because I don't like being hot.
Well, but I'm not home all the time. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've just wrote there, right? Just the tips bought a Walt Disney Acro, which is just a genius, right? You call it a Walt Disney at $200 or $150. You can pick them up in a lot of places, even in America, but they call them Walt Disney and add a lot of money to it. What you should have done is just type Tinus Acropora in, and you most probably would have found one that's not called Walt Disney, that's the same colour. You're paying for a name. And if you've got a proper Walt Disney, you shouldn't be able to see it with your blues on or the whites on. You're supposed to wear orange specs with the blues to get the full colour of it. So if you can
I think that's kind of dumb, is like spending that much money on a thing that you can only see if you have all your blues on and orange glasses.
That's the thing. That's the only way the colour comes out of them.
Otherwise, they just look like sticks, right?
They just look white.
Well, see, that's not fun.
I was looking after one.
Color.
Yeah, I was looking after one in my tank I had it for about 6 months in my tank, growing it out, and not a single person did I ever tell. I think Nick knew, and I think Michael knew that I had it in the tank. But I never told anyone I had it in there because I'm not pulling the glasses out, turning it to blues. Oh, look at this. Just give me 5 minutes. No. Yeah, it's like look, mostly yellow, like yellowy white. That's what colours they are. It's stupid. I think it's pathetic. I'm not calling you pathetic, by the way, Bubble Tip, but I think it's pathetic that the price is so high. I think it's absolutely pathetic. Seriously. If you can't see it with your eyes, it shouldn't even be in your tank, in my opinion.
No, I want that color to pop regardless of what my lights look like. Obviously, there's times that your lights are going to make it look prettier, but...
Right, my lights are ready for going out. My lights are going out in the next 20 minutes, right? Let me just see if I can get a view of my tank from what I can see. I might have to do a little tweak. Right, so... Right, so the daughter's like, don't put it near my head.
It's okay, Tina. We like you even if you're just in the chat.
Right.
I wonder if the wife would let me put a kegerator in that room.
Look at this, right? This is a picture I've just taken. My lights are really, really dim at the minute. But look at that. See the colours? Yeah. See the colours shining?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I still want to steal all that giant clump of euphilia you got in the back corner.
Oh, everyone does. Michael wanted some of it.
I don't want some of it. I'm going to take the whole thing. Just the whole clump. It's going to take my entire tank to house it, but I'll take the whole thing.
That's actually shrunk up to nothing at the minute. It's three. I've got 3 different types all into one.
Yeah, you were showing me the other day.
Keep them. Just put them together. Put them straight together like that. So put 2 branches together, and when they grow out into each other. As long as the frog spawn, octospawn, or amacoral, they'll all live like nice together. But
yeah, next weekend is that coral show, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing what I can find.
Yeah. Well, just
try to make a pretty clump like that.
Yeah, just get 3 types. If you get 2 types, they'll grow into each other, and it'll literally look like a perfect line over the middle of them. If you get 3, you'll get the, like the Y shape.
Oh yeah, that'll be cool.
As long as you get them right, and they're all got this, all need the same type of lighting. If one's got less light, which mine has at one side, the others are going quicker than that one. So that one's getting smaller and smaller at the top. It's still growing, but small.
Well, you know that place where We put that one branch of my torch when it like went to jelly. I was thinking about sticking it there, which should be good because it'll all get the same kind of light then.
Yeah. JB, can you hear me now? Do I sound loud to you, Steph?
You sound fine to me, but I'm also wearing headphones, so.
But I'm wearing headphones and everyone's saying I'm really quiet. I've just turned myself up. Yeah, JB Aquatics. Is that fine?
Maybe JB needs to be wearing headphones too.
I'm wearing headphones because my daughter sat over there and she'll be like, shut up.
The 16-year-old that doesn't know how to iron?
Yeah, that one.
That one?
She sat in my seat and I'm sat in hers. Yeah, it's good then. I'm back. You can all hear me. So, what was I going to say?
My phone is just blowing up today. Ooh, there's half a cookie in the fridge if I want it. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I've got donuts, loads of them. Minutes watched in the last 28 days. 263,401. Thank you, people. 250,000 minutes worth of watch time in 20.
That's crazy. That's super awesome. It's because we all just like, hanging out in here with you.
Yeah. Comments 22,005.
Holy crap. Look at you, Mr. Popular.
What else is there? I'm just looking on this analytics. I just like looking at it, because half of it I ain't a clue what it means.
Yeah. I need to ever edit a video and put it up again because that will probably help.
Do you know what? I hate doing it. Absolutely hate doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all right with just jumping on it and chatting away, but I
yeah. Editing my videos is like the biggest bane of my existence. Videotaping them, super easy. I can videotape them all day long. I just hate editing them.
Yeah.
Chocolate milk.
How'd you get more polyp extension from my acros? For one,
light.
Yeah, but with you bought one. You bought a Tenius, which is one. It's hard to get the polyps out of them anyway, because it's a really finicky coral. You can get them out, but you need, the light needs to be perfect. The floor needs to be. I'd personally put the floor alternate, so have it blasting for a little bit, not blasting. Floor where it's wafting the polyps, then have it
more like in a surge pattern.
Yeah, then have it stop for a couple of seconds so it gives it a chance to breathe and the polyps to droop. I know it sounds stupid. This is how I do mine. My polyps are out all the time, day and night, and they never go in. Ever, ever, ever. Ask Michael if he comes on what my polyps are like. Because he's seen it when the water just stopped and it looked like there was just no movement in my tank. But for me, it gives the polyps a chance to rest. You know what I mean? And you need a little bit of nitrates and a little bit of phosphates so they can feed with the nitrates and phosphates. Don't have an ultra low system with them. Trust me, the reason I'm saying this, other people might say bollocks, but I don't give a shit. That's the way I kept it in my tank, and it grew well, and actually it was perfect. That's my opinion how to keep them. That's why people come to my house and want me to look after the corals. Well, if they buy an expensive one, they'll go, we look after this for a few months. So I must be doing something right.
I feel like when I look at your tank that you probably know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of millies and they are growing nice, but no polyp extension. I think it's low nutrients. It will be, especially on millies, because millies are supposed to be flopping out with the polyps all over the time. because acros usually pull in before millies, and that's an acro, so that won't survive if you've not got some nutrients in there.
So what's the best way to fix that? Just overfeed the tank?
Yeah, it depends what you've got in your tank. If you're running phosphate remove, you need to cut back on it. If you're carbon dosing, you need to lower it. If you're not feeding enough, you need to feed more. There's a lot of things that can cause it. It's like today I did. What did I feed them today? I fed them a cube of food, a cube of rotifers, 2 bags of shrimp, 3 bags of pods. That's just today. What did I feed yesterday? Yesterday I gave him seaweed, a cube of food, and I put amino acids in. Yeah, so you've got to just keep doing like steady things to it. But you've got to remember what you're putting in, you've got to make sure you know what's coming out. So if you put in 0.2 of phosphates in there, you need to make sure you're taking 0.2 of phosphates out by different means, skimming, filter socks, things like that. I just want to skim it and Chato. Turn your skimmer down a bit. Have you skimmer? Are you running a wet skim? Or a dry skim? And what you're feeding. How much are you feeding a day? What you're feeding. Are you cleaning the food before you put it in? I don't clean the food. I just put the whole cube in.
There's a really good question for you, Paul. What is the difference between a wet skim and a dry skim?
A wet skim is where you literally... It's basically like doing a water change. You're literally taking water quick out of your tank. So when it comes out, it's like piss, in a way. So it comes out, it's liquid like piss. That's a wet skim.
You have more of like a
it's wet.
Cup of water.
Yeah. And you know, sometimes when you wipe your finger in the sand, you get that big thick goo.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes out like that, that's dry skimming.
And if you have a little bit of both?
Well, it's not. If it's wet and really dark, you can class that as a dry skim still. But it depends how quick it fills up. If it fills up quick, it's still a wet skim. Like me, mine will be dark brown liquid. It'll be really thick in the sides and thick at the top. That's a wet skim. That's a dry skim. Because if I wanted to fill the cup up, it'd take 2 months for it to fill up.
Okay, so that sounds closer to what I'm running then on mine.
Yeah. If it fills up with it, if you've got to change it, empty it once a week or once every... Bearing in mind, they're about 1 litre, 1.5 litre. Do you know the tubs on top? Don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know what it is in gallons, but...
Mine's a little one, so obviously I have to change it more often, but...
Yeah, well, if you just say, even if it's a little one, if you've got to change that once a week, you've got to make sure you put that much salt back into your tank.
Gotcha.
Because that is salt water. So you're taking salt water out, and people don't realise they're emptying it, letting it top up with RO, and the salt's creeping down gradually. So what you're better off doing is figuring out how much you empty, or put a line on your skimmer. So when it hits that line, you make some salt up that matches that amount of water. So when you empty that skimmer, you put that much salt water. It might only be a spoonful of salt, a tiny little spoonful. You know, that makes that amount of water.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure when you empty that, you put that amount of water in salt back into the tank.
That makes sense.
And a lot of people don't. I'm not going to say I don't, because I don't. So once every couple of weeks, I'll just get a spoonful of salt, scoop some water out of the tank, put it into there, mix it up, and I'll tip it back into the tank. Don't check it or anything. But that's what I've always done. So
yeah, I check mine pretty regularly just to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, once every 6 months when I check my salinity. Usually bang on anyway.
I usually check my salinity about once a week.
Yeah. Well, I've just changed my RO tub. So I had like 3.5 litres of RO left in the other tub at the bottom of it. And I just poured that into my sump. So there's 3.5 litres that it needs to evaporate before the other one starts to kick in. Now, 3.5 litres of water in a 3,500 litre tank is what? Do you know what I mean? It's a very little bit of water.
Yeah, it's just a tiny bit.
So it's not going to touch it. It won't cause any effect at all. It just means I've got a lot more evaporation. Well, 3.5 litres of evaporation before it starts using the RO again.
Gotcha. I need to get a new ATO like controller because the one that I have is shit.
Well, mine's terrible.
It just randomly stops working like 2 days ago, 2 nights ago.
Is it on the floor valve?
No. It's the one by Innovative Marine, and it's got like 2 heads, and each of them have like little prong plugs.
Yeah.
And for some reason, every once in a while, it just like it realizes it's low, but it won't trip the pump to actually go.
Has it got salt creep inside it?
It's possible.
Yeah, just rinse it off in our raw water.
Yeah, I've tried that. I tried wiping the whole thing off. The only thing that worked the other day was actually physically disconnecting one of the sensor heads, and that allowed it to trip the pump to turn it on. But by the time I noticed, it was almost to the point where my pump was dry.
So what you might be worth doing is just once a week, just getting a little bit of RO in a cup, take the sensors off, wish them off in the RO, just throw the RO in your sump, so you're not wasting it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then just put them back, turn it off, turn it back on, so it resets every week. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
you know that you're doing it. Just do it as part of maintenance.
Well, I was thinking about getting one of the ones that have like the optical eye instead of having the.
Is that the smart ATO?
Yeah, something like that. Because the ones that I have, like I said, they have the prongs. Hold on, I'll show you what I got.
Oh, is it the same one that Dev's got? The one that it prongs up and down?
Yeah.
I've got the little floor valve one at the minute. I'm going to get a smart ATO. I was going to get it this month, but I won't have enough. So I'm going to get it next month. And I'm going to get it when I get the new new Dorser. And I think I'm just going to go for the coral box Dorser.
Yeah, so it's this. And you're supposed to have like one up higher and one up low or down lower, and that works. And these lights tell you kind of like whether you're good or not on your water levels, and it picks it up. Like it'll show that it's low, like the light has changed too low. It just then never triggers the actual pump to go. I think you muted yourself.
Did I mute myself?
Hi. Yep, I can hear you now.
I didn't mute myself. I actually pulled the mic out. Right, yeah. As I was saying, that Danny here, he said smart ATO rust. The big ones I've heard that rust. The small ones don't rust. Everyone's saying I'm muted.
Yeah, you're not muted anymore. They're just saying it now.
I pulled the wire out, people, so that's what it was. It was like half in, half out, so I wasn't muted. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the smart ATO micros don't rust. As far as I'm aware.
And that's what I was thinking, because like I have a little tank, so the micro should be fine.
Yeah. And like I said,
but this one's so disappointing. Like it does it to me probably like once a month, once every 2 months. And it's enough that like because my tank is so small and I live in a place that's hot, like I evaporate real fast, and I don't want to be at work and have my pump run dry or have my salinity creep way up because of the evaporation. That's exactly why I had got this stupid thing to begin with, was so that I wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Miss Lurker, they discontinued the big smart ATO. That's why, because it's shite. Also, right, a little bit of rust never hurt anyone in a tank. It's just GF4. GF4's rust, isn't it? Like I said, I've never heard anyone have major problems with it. I know the rust.
Yeah.
As soon as you see something rust in the tank, they get all panicky and shit himself. I'm like, Jesus Christ, calm down. I'm gonna like be.
I mean, metals exist in the ocean.
Right, next time people get the sand, stick a magnet in it. Next time people get the miracle mud, stick a magnet in it. Next time people get the other stuff, stick a magnet in it. You'll realise all the metals that come out of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
I do it all the time. I always get magnets and stick it and pull them out. You see rock-like things stuck to it. You're like, Jesus, everything on the planet's made from an exploding star, which is what? Metals, gold, platinum, silver. It all comes from exploding stars. So I think there's a lot of it in the ocean. Look at these sunken ships and all that are rusting like mad underneath, and corals just thrive on them.
Well, because of all the trace elements.
Oh. People just get too shit. They shit themselves too much. They do. Well, that's just me. I just don't care.
No shit. I'm completely surprised. I thought you were worried about everything all day long.
The thing is, right, if I was worried about metals in my tanks, this, that, and the other, I'd be putting Vaseline over every little bit of metal under my tank, in my sump and everything. I'm like, nah. I've had rusty things there before. I've had Jubilee clips soaked in my tank that have rusted over 6 years. Have I took them off? No. I have now, but only because I just didn't. I'm being genuine there and all. I had a rusty thing in my tank for like 6 years. The same thing. Never took it out, and I knew it was there.
It's crazy.
Just think of it as a sunken ship. That's what I was doing. The one thing you have got to be careful with is zinc. Now, zinc, if things are zinc coated, very, very, very dangerous. That's you've got to be careful with. It's like steel frames, like people build tanks with steel frames. A lot of them are zinc coated. Now, if you get salt splashing on it going into your tank, it's zinc.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, a lot of things are zinc coated. You know, I know. I don't know anything. No, I know little bits, but I'm a very simple reefer. People need to understand that. I'm a very, very simple reefer. I don't like putting myself out doing stuff. Once a week, I clean my glass, and I don't do anything. I change the water bucket once a week, and I feed the fish and coral. That's it.
That seems like what I do.
Yeah. I don't stick my hands in the tank. That's one thing I don't do. I do when I'm feeding once a day, but I mean, I don't stick my hands right down and mess with things. I don't do that. When I'm cleaning, the only time I do it once a week, I put my hand in the tank when I clean the glass blade. I've got the tons of things, so I clean like a couple of sides of it. One of the sides I can't reach, so I've got to use the blade, and I get my hand up and down and clean. But you don't stick your hands in the tank, do you, Michael? A lot.
No, that was one of the things he told me not to do.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like Michael. He realised he had cream on his hands.
Oh yeah, or soaps.
What I do before I usually play with my tank, people might not do it, but I do. I go to the tap, I put a drop of bleach on my hand, and I wash my hands in a drop of bleach. You know, like underwater.
Yeah.
And then I go into the tank, just in case there is anything on there.
That's because Paul has got OCD.
And that.
I just wash my hands with water. Oh.
Yeah, but it's like I only clean my tank once a week.
Oh fuck!
You might not think it's spotless all the time, but you want to see it before I clean it. It's a shithole.
I'm riding a mountain bike home. Oh god, it hurts.
That saddle's feeling part of him.
Oh mate, honestly, it feels like flipping sitting on this seat when you're so used to sitting in a truck seat or a car seat. Oh, it feels like I'm being violated. And I don't know why, but riding a bike seems like it's more strenuous than actually flipping walking. Apart from when you're going downhill.
So, Ash says, Michael, how's the Kimura ×4 doing for you, or X4?
Best toasting pump I've ever owned, and I've owned a few.
Worst thing on the planet ever. Drank a brew, you didn't know you drank it.
No, worst thing on the planet ever is drinking a brew and forgetting how long ago you made it. And it's cold.
I drink cold brews.
Cold. Right. Oh, my nana used to drink cold brews, but it had skin on the top.
Oh, that's tea. Oh no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I like cold tea when I'm hungover.
Yeah, doing about 30 miles an hour on a boat on a fucking push bike. We have to go up a hill in a minute. You're literally, this is going to be me now, and then in the next 10 minutes I'll be like, Paul,
as long as you make sure you moan his name enough so that he sounds awesome.
You'll have to ring an ambulance, honestly.
Where'd you work?
Where do I work? About 3 minutes away from my house.
Not Broadway, is it?
What?
Off Broadway?
No, I'm mid.
Alright.
Oh. No, not rode this bike for ages. I was late for work this morning though because I couldn't get up. So I had to get the bike out.
Right.
Normally I walk.
Middleton to yours? Nah, I'd get a taxi.
No, not all the way to Middleton. Oh, there's the hill. Here's the hill.
Oh no.
Get it right here.
Oh mate, it's in the lowest gear possible. I look like flipping Speedy Gonzales, but I'm going nowhere. I like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
just before he's about to run away.
What I might do, Michael, is I might get that coral box Dorset.
I want to see the person who's like walking next to him faster than he's biking up the hill, just looking over his shoulder like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the 90-year-old man giving me a push.
Yeah, Michael, there's a UK warehouse that sells them.
All right. I don't know what they are.
125 quid.
I don't know what they are, to be honest.
Seymour's got one.
Seymour's got a GHL.
Yeah, he's got the other one, I know.
He's got everything in it. He's a tech hoarder. Like, should I run the Kessels on my tank today or should I run the Radions? I don't know. Like, Seymour chases his fucking lights like I change my boxes.
Like you.
Oh, here's another hill. Oh, I've got to stand up. I've got to stand up for this one.
Hello, Blinky.
Tina says that you sound a little out of breath.
Tina, for want of a better word, I'm fucked. It's been a while. I've not done any form of exercise for years, and I need to sort myself out because I'm getting podgy.
Maybe you just need to ride the bike more often to work.
Well, I walked to work because I thought walking would be better than riding, but I'm way more tired on a bike.
There you go.
Stian has also ordered a coral box. He's switching from the DP4 by J-Bum. Exactly the same as me, Stian. That's why I'm getting rid of it.
Well, if you're changing from J-Bum, then I get it. But
don't get me wrong, Michael. This J-Bum, what I've got, it's kept me stable, really, really stable. But the thing is, I don't always want to move it up 1 mil. I might just want to move it up 0.2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello, Annika.
Oh, God, I'm fucked. Sorry about the language, but this is how it's going to be for the next 2 minutes.
Nearly home.
Nearly home.
Tina says that you need to exercise more.
I'm trying, Tina. I'm trying. I've been doing press ups every morning. I've been doing the bikes today, but I've been walking every day. Trying to get fit. Gonna go from a keg to a 2-pack.
There you go.
Hello, Annika.
Get rid of the moves and get myself a man chest.
Hey, Tina.
You need to start out with a half mile every day, and you'll be doing what I do in no time.
You've been drinking a half mile every day. You on the moon chest?
I can walk 4 miles a day now.
Yeah.
I'm a smoker and I don't huff and puff.
I can walk 4 miles like Saturday. I went and walked around the flipping nature reserve. Not a problem. I can walk if you enjoy it. You know,
okay.
I can walk all day long, not a problem. But this bike's killing me.
Can you run 3 miles at a 7-mile pace?
I cannot run because I've got fused bones in my feet, so no, I can't run.
I used to run a lot. I used to be able to do a 10. I used to be able to do a 10K in what was it? 38.
That's not bad.
That last cake. I walk 12 miles a day.
Is it 10K or 5K? 10K or 5K?
Oh, well, that's because you're a postman.
I wish I could run.
But yeah, so I used to love running. I used to do a 5K every Sunday, and then I used to do about 2 miles every week.
Well, it sounds like you need to be greasing up them spokes or something then. Are you riding uphill the whole way?
I think he just hit the hill in front of his house.
Yeah, that's why I was. Hey, Michael, are you going uphill both ways?
No way.
In the snow?
Rolling back down.
I was lifting weights this morning, and I was doing arms, and within like an hour of getting home, I could already feel it. I was going pretty intense though.
Drink lots and lots of water.
Oh, I do. And I studied nutrition in college, so I used to do a lot of squats, and then I got herniated discs in my back.
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm back to doing squats again, but I'm capable.
Hey, Michael, Reefer Madness says that you need to paint some flames on your bike so that it goes faster.
Hello.
Anybody here good at jumping rope?
Used to be.
I used to be.
I used to be really good at just regular as well as double dutch.
I could never grab the double dutch.
Nick, do you have a jump rope?
Maybe.
Bye, JB. No, I was asking Nick, Aquarium Cabinet Solutions, if he has a...
he hasn't talked yet.
Yeah, I couldn't get within a choice.
Well, that's because...
Hey, Annika, do you do any of the Mackenzie exercises and that for your back?
No, I went to physical therapy, but...
Yeah.
I just did jump rope for my gym. Jump rope's really good.
I went through physical therapy too.
Really good.
Again.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had.
Still, you gotta do them every day, though, man. Or I mean, the slightest twist back goes back out.
Up until January, I was pretty flexible, and I could do the splits completely.
Oh wow!
All the way down. Man. Yeah, like
to be able to do those again.
Yeah, in late December, right after Christmas, I got bronchitis, and I couldn't do anything for 6 weeks. So I'm just now. It's like March, April. I'm just now hitting the gym, like intense training again. So I don't want to lose any weight, but I want to get back my
muscle.
I want to be able to.
You don't need to lose weight. You need to gain weight.
Well, no. I need to stay my weight. I weigh a lot, Tina. I weigh I'm like 150 something. So
for your height though, didn't you were talking about not that long ago that was super skinny for you because you don't eat?
Well, I eat. I just forget to eat because the medication I'm on kills my appetite completely. So there have been times where I forget for a couple of days to eat. But then my blood sugar gets low. So no, I do protein shakes before I go to the gym.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
You need to build muscle mass, and that'll put the weight on.
Yeah. So I don't want the scale to go up so much as I want to just kind of like stay. I mean, no more than like 10 pounds. But I definitely want to get back to where I'm like got defined deltoids and abs because by the end of summer I'm going to be doing pool parties.
Dude, I'm almost 50. I'd like some deltoids and abs.
So, like, I couldn't.
I don't think I'll ever get there. I had to sit on my butt for almost 2 years while I'm having these feet reconstructed.
Yeah.
Put on 30 pounds. I've lost 20. Still got about 10 more to go. I'm used to weighing right around 110, 115, and I weigh 130 pounds right now, and I'm not liking that at all. And it's all in my stomach.
I've got 20 pounds on here, so.
Yeah, but you're taller than me, too. I'm 5'2".
Oh, I didn't realize you were petite.
I'm short. I'm fun-sized. I've got sisters shorter than me, though. I'm the tallest one. Besides my big sister. My big sister's 5'10". I'm 5'2", and the rest of my sisters are like 5 foot, 4'9", and 4'7".
I guess that's one benefit of being taller is that I can weigh more and like not look too bad. Not look as bad, I guess, as if I were like, I guess I have a higher metabolism because I can carry an extra 20 pounds and it looks okay. Versus if I was really short, it'd probably all be in my stomach.
See, that's my problem. I'm just not tall enough.
Yeah.
Just that's where mine's all
just
at
start stretching yourself.
Like I
said. I have a very unhealthy relationship with food. I'm an emotional overeater, and it's a problem.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm going to open up a new stream, a Keep Fitness stream, and we'll talk about fitness on that. But for now, we'll talk about reefing. Okay.
What about fish fitness?
So tomorrow, join Reef Community Fitness. We'll open up tomorrow. Right. So all sign up and join it. Yeah.
All right, you're gonna give me a meal plan and a workout.
In fact, it's not going to call Reef. It's going to.
Michael started it huffing and puffing on the bike. Come on, I'm just chiming in.
I think he died because he went silent.
Reef Community Fitness and Food. That's what we're going to.
He's like laying on the side of the road somewhere.
I just got out of the gym and I'm thinking, is that how I'm supposed to sound after being in the gym? Because I must be doing it wrong.
Nick.
Briefing with old says and food and Bella.
Anyway,
Snickers.
Has anyone got any questions not relating to food, fitness,
eating?
Tomorrow night eating with all because he always shows us his food. He always sends us pictures of his dinner.
I mean, that's how we got Michael stuck in that one conversation the other day, talking about food for an hour, distracting him from work, talking about poutine and all the good stuff.
Staying here. This isn't Overeaters International.
You guys, who all's going to Vegas? Paul, you're going, right?
No, I'm going to Orlando.
Oh.
Can I come to Orlando?
Not going to Vegas. I have been to Vegas once, and that was one too many times for me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but it's going to be fish and corals.
Yeah, but you
know what? Yeah, it's going to be.
I went last July, and it was 120 degrees in the middle of the night. Yeah. I went for work, So at least I didn't have to pay for anything. But like, I'm not a smoker. I don't like being around cigarettes. Like the smell of it bothers me.
Yeah.
And like the fact that every door you walked past, it was just like a waft of cigars and cigarettes and everything. It just, I had bronchitis at that point. And trying to get over that while they're in that environment where it's just hot, stale air and everything smells like an ashtray, it just wasn't working.
Yeah. That's why I smoke outside. I smoke and I can't stand the smell of it. I can't make sense of that. I can't stand the smell of it at all. But I smoke.
Yeah.
But I smoke outdoors. Even in the winter.
My dad used to smoke all the time, but he stopped doing it around us. And when he did, then I just developed an intolerance for the smell of it at all.
Yeah.
Stian, last time I went to Vegas, he got married.
Oh, no. Well, you could go again and get married again.
Yeah, so you're not allowed to go back. Did you know the lady before you went? Paul, how does that work? I didn't know you could get married out of the country if you're like a citizen of...
No, we can get married. All you do is register it when you come on.
Oh, okay.
So if I went to Vegas, got married, I'm already married. I've been married 17 years.
Oh, wow. Whoa, you haven't been to Vegas in 17 years?
I've not been to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas in a couple of years anyway, because I'm doing an op around America. I'm going to New York, San Francisco, then Vegas.
Cool.
You're not coming. My 40th. We're doing it for my 40th, PG's 50th, and doing it all right.
What are you building, Annika?
Just stuff.
Just stuff.
Just things. I just...
Hopefully it's to do with fish or marine stuff.
Yeah. I am going to be 3D. I'm going to be 3D printing brackets for my new Auric light as soon as it shows up.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, and I'll post the files somewhere so other people can use them too. Because it's a $900 light, and not everybody can hang it from their ceiling. Like the ceiling that's above my tank, I can't punch holes in.
Seeing this, Stian, he was a US resident, but he still couldn't get married, even if you're a US resident.
I might get married someday. Like, actually legally married. I don't know. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
I mean, when I did it, I came here on a visa specifically to get married. We just got married at the courthouse.
Oh,
what country?
I'm in the US now. I came here from Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they give you a whopping 90 days to get married, so it wasn't really like time to actually plan a wedding.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So in order to stay here, you have to get married in 90 days?
Yeah, so the visa that I came in on
was like a marriage visa?
Uh-huh. It's called a K1, and they only give you 90 days from the time that you cross to actually get married, so there's no chance of like planning anything or having any venues or anything. So
it's called a shotgun wedding.
Kind of, yeah.
Were you and the guy like dating in Canada or here?
We dated through the internet.
Oh my god.
Yep,
Seriously?
we dated through the internet. I met him in a video game because I am a giant nerd. I am one of those.
A friend of mine met his ex-wife on EVE Online.
Oh, yeah. My husband and I met
divorced. She met another guy later in another game. And yeah. And they got divorced. And now he's married to a professor at UCLA.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and they live like on property.
Look at Paul is so engrossed with this Reef chat, aren't you, Paul?
No, I got yeah, no. I sent Google an email, right? And they sent one back. And do you know they said that the door?
Please find me a wife.
Your wife might not be that happy about that.
Nick always has to do something wrong, doesn't he?
Siri,
no, do you know they said that they don't take?
wife?
Do you know they said they don't take data? Your data, what you don't want them to know.
Mm.
I sent an email before off my phone. They sent it back with all the information. Look at that. Hang on, I don't know if you can see. See that information underneath the email?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That tells them what phone I was using, what device I'm using, what network I'm with.
How much battery your phone has.
Version. It knows everything. Look, they sent me that back, and it tells me everything about my phone and what's on my phone. And they said that they don't know what's on, they said they don't know what's on your phone and that. They're tracking the...
Yeah.
You're worth tracking though, Paul. A man of your stature.
That's dodgy. They're dodgy. Honestly, they're dodgy people. What?
I don't trust Google.
I know, yeah. My daughter, 16-year-old, she said, Dad, there's a new privacy policy on Google.
Yeah, I think Google told me that I can't, because I use Google Analytics a lot, and they're now telling me that I can't, certain info, I have to delete it, or it's going to be automatically deleted after like 26 months. So I won't have like the full like 5-6 year history of my website. They're going to delete it.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I know.
Do you go to, is it what is it? Something Media West. They just had it out here in Vegas, Seymour.
No, I've never been to any conferences on the West Coast. It's all like, Chicago, East Coast.
Yeah.
There's a lot in New York, so I don't need to go anywhere.
There's two. There's East and West. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Something
like SMX East, or there's a bunch of them on the East Coast.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them on the East Coast.
The one I'm thinking of is the one that a lot of people who do analytics, like AI, like machine learning stuff for Google and things like that, because that's the industry my husband's in. He does all of that stuff. So, but God, what is it called? I don't remember the name of it, but they have one in Vegas, and then they have another one out in New York or wherever.
Is it going to be in Vegas around MACNA time?
No. No, he wouldn't go to MACNA.
Oh, because it'd be nice to kill like two birds with one stone, corals and analytics. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, that would. No, I'm trying to remember what time of the year, because we went when I was very pregnant. Last time I went to Vegas, I was like almost 8 months pregnant.
That's not
It wasn't
a fun
bad,
time to go to
except
Vegas.
Yeah, the only time it sucked is when I'd have to go upstairs to cross
Yeah, I
the
gotta
street.
go, guys. I'll be back later.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
And
Especially down by the Bellagio.
It was going up like 2 flights of stairs to cross the street, because they didn't want to take an elevator, because it's usually people in wheelchairs in the elevator, and like I didn't want to. It's like by the time the elevator comes, you're already at the top. But yeah, it was warm, and I was huffing and puffing like Michael. I sounded like Michael, and I was spent. I was like, I need to sit down when I get to the top.
Yeah, we made that mistake once, and like I said, I was fighting bronchitis. So by the time I got to the top, I'm like, give me like 2 minutes, because I can't move, like I can't breathe, especially when it's that hot too. Like it just.
Oh yeah, my lungs were being crushed by baby feet,
which is always super comfortable.
And I was eating a lot, so I was digesting, and she was very.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm like eating hot, spicy foods, and she's just in there having a little like
dance party.
Yeah, she's like, woohoo!
She's gonna do merengue.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I knew my daughter was going to be a dancer because of how much she moved inside too. Like she would just kick up a storm, and her feet were positioned right below my ribs, so I know exactly how that feels. Just the all of a sudden you lose your breath because direct kick to the lung.
Having a heartburn the whole time.
Yep.
I had with my first one, I had polyhydramnios.
What's that?
It's where you have so much amniotic fluid. I gained over 40 pounds, almost 45 pounds. And it was all water. It was all water. It was all amniotic fluid.
That's crazy.
I looked like I was pregnant with triplets. I actually showed on Facebook, I have a picture of my belly the night I was going into labor. I took a picture of my stomach because I wanted to remember. I was so big.
Yeah.
I was so big. I just have a picture of just my bare stomach, and it's like, how the heck is this? And then I went right back down. Like, I mean, it's amazing what the human body does.
Oh yeah.
But it was polyhydramnios. It's where you have like lots and lots of water.
Yeah, you have like double, sometimes triple the amount.
Yeah. It's your water levels. They measure your water levels between 0 and 24. It's like a scale. Mine was and like 24 is off the charts, and I was at 24. That's as high as the scale goes. So. Like, yeah, you have a lot of water. I was like, well, what can it hurt? Like, what can it affect? They're like, well, they've linked it to higher IQ. I'm like,
no,
really? In the baby, like they've linked. I'm
She's
like,
gonna be too smart.
she's smart, but it was funny because like if you look it up and you're trying to find side effects, like or what it causes, the only thing they've linked it to is kids tend to be really smarter than average. That doesn't mean all. Obviously, it's statistics. So she could be dumb as a box of rocks.
Of all the potential side effects, that's a pretty good one to have.
Yeah. They think it's because it's like with an aquarium, you have more water. To bring it back to aquariums, Paul, they think it's like the parts per million. So you're flushing your system. Exactly, like all of the stuff is getting refreshed quicker because there's more water. So they think that might have something to do with it.
Were you monitoring your salinity as well?
Yeah.
You know what your trace elements
my calcium and my pH. Yeah.
That means that baby was peeing a lot.
Yeah. That's funny.
Mama stayed nice and hydrated.
Yeah, no, I drank a lot of water when I was pregnant. I did a lot of work. I worked out a lot too. I'd go walking even when I didn't feel like it, just to kind of get my blood flowing. It helps a lot. It helps psychologically too, like keep you from going nuts.
Yeah, I did that with Mousy, and I did swimming a lot with her. But with the twins, I was in the hospital for 20 weeks, so I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, my first one, I was as heavy as if I'd have had twins.
I only gained a pound with my daughter.
I'm
also super overweight. Like I'm not.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you displaced the weight you had.
I did. It was great because when I had her, I weighed 30 pounds less than when I got pregnant, which was amazing.
That's pretty cool. That's a great diet.
Yeah, I know. It's like I just need to be pregnant all the time. It'll be fine.
No, that's cool. You displaced it. No, I needed to gain about 10 or 15 when I got pregnant. And then, so when I lost weight when I first got pregnant because I was sick all the time. So
Paul looks like
he's
sleepy.
Oh, I'm not. I just don't know things about pregnancy and stuff.
Paul's like tuning out.
I've been 6 months pregnant for 9 years. Nice.
Who said that?
Just the bubble tip.
Oh, that's funny.
Refreshing.
Yep.
I wish my girls were back to being babies again. I miss that.
That's my favorite thing.
The twins are 29, and one's getting ready to move to Wyoming and get married and all that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And we're just like,
oh yeah.
Right.
You were talking about buying a dress for the wedding.
I can talk about this now.
Yeah,
right.
we're going to be going back out to
every year.
Paul, what?
I said this is where lads can actually butt into this bit. Now,
lads, daughters getting married.
No, lads do not want kids again. They're just happy that they've all grown up.
And that is done. Well, especially when your 16-year-old doesn't know how to iron her shirt.
They'll fucking learn.
Yeah, then they can wear wrinkled shirts.
It was the cutest, like, total dad moment the day that I was listening to him like scold her. Like, this is not ironed. Go do it again. And then he had to go be the dad taxi. I don't know. My husband doesn't want our daughter to grow up because she's 2. She's at that perfect age where she's like learning all the things.
They're potty trained. You still have to wipe their butt. They come up and hug you out of nowhere, and they tell you how much they love you.
Yeah, we're just starting on the potty
train at that age. Yeah, I've got 2 at that age right now.
Right. I've got a Reef-related question in the chat.
Oh,
a Reef related? Whoa! Why are they talking about Reefs?
I don't know. Beats
his
food.
hammers are not coming out all the way.
Beats food, weight loss, and babies.
A makeup. And use a makeup brush. I just actually saw that on yesterday. We watched something from Fan from Tidal Gardens, and they
to move off the bubble algae.
Well, they smell the same, but don't last as long.
Or whatever algae he's got.
Yeah, he just says algae. Yeah, so just go steal either one of your girlfriends or wife's brand new, not you, brand new makeup brush, or go buy one, and then soft, gentle enough not to hurt the coral.
I can't hear anything because Annika's drilling.
I'm not drilling. I'm sorry.
Right, one, I wouldn't get a brush on it. That's my opinion. What I'd do is find out why he's getting algae for one. If you've got high phosphates, just lower your phosphates a little bit. And make sure you get a bristle tooth tang or something in there, and that'll just clean it up anyway.
But that's a tang. What if we don't like tangs?
No, you can just get a algae blenny. And if he lowers his phosphates anyway, it'll burn itself out, and there won't be no food for it to eat anyway. But it's easy enough saying get it on scrape it off with a brush on the skeleton of it. The skeleton's dead, so it won't feel it anyway. But what you are doing is even if you start touching the skin and you pull the skin, it'll kill it, even a little bit. They don't like being touched. They start melting, getting brown. They'll turn brown like brown jelly.
I can vouch for that because my torch crashed super quick the second something brushed up against it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like if you ever want to shut one up, so they close up, just waft your hand above them and make a floor. As soon as the floor, like if Michael's listening, he'd come to mine the other day and he wanted we're showing how many heads are on it, so I just wafted my hand over the top of it, until they all started closing up.
Well, I mean that brings out a good point. Do you think that anything changed with your flow in the tank, and maybe they just don't like the flow that they're in right now? Like any coral that grew up and is blocking off some of the flow, or anything that you've repositioned that might be making it either hammered too hard or not enough flow so that they're not happy with their position?
See, the thing is with hammers, they can have such low flow, virtually none, and they'll do absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hammers, it didn't matter what I did. They didn't like them, and they ended up all dying from the brown jelly crap.
No, Bobby.
Hammers did not like it at all in my tank. I wait a while before I try to put any in this new system.
No one ever listens to what I tell him, though. Do you know when I tell him to put them in? An indirect flow.
You can't say that nobody ever listens to you, sir, because I'm pretty sure that if you look exactly at my torches, which I listened to you on, they are in perfect flow, which you told me the last time I showed you.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is...
I am not no one. Thank you.
Mine have survived so long. Don't get me wrong, right? I tested all the positions in them when I first started my tank up. And I had some dye, and I knew, and I figured out where to put them. I put them where the light is not getting blasted, so they're getting a nice bit of light, but not blasted with light. They're getting some flow, but not a lot of flow. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm back. What's that, Paul? What are you talking about?
Well, Euphilia.
He's talking about people getting blasted.
Preferably frog spawn and hammers, not torches, because torches don't last more than 12 months, so I won't bother.
Oh, so you're saying that I have approximately like 8 months left, and these things are just going to die on me anyway?
Yeah, there you go.
Ask anyone.
Just say goodbye to them now.
Every time.
I might as well.
I'm not joking, right? Everyone in the chat, has anyone had a torch more than 12 months?
I have.
Yeah.
Ha!
No. Has he? Prove it. Show it.
No, not in this tank.
So hard.
I have previously.
So hard. Don't get me wrong. They do well in a lot of people's tanks, but the thing is, they just.
I wish I could show. I'll tell you what, Paul. I wish I could have shown you that one. It must have had 100 heads on it. It was
I really want mine to last more than a year now, just so that I can rub it in Paul's face.
Yeah, I've got some
little bounty of
torches
coral
that
that's gonna last more than a year.
They're not doing super bad, but they're not doing really good either. So.
Paul, best way to stick down mushrooms.
Best way to stick down.
Lick it and stick it, right?
Yeah, lick it and stick it. Or
there you go.
Or nah.
Stop. No.
Elastic band.
No.
Glue? Would you glue the foot?
No.
No, don't glue it.
You're not going to glue foot. Elastic bandit.
It's an enemy. Why would you want to do that? They need a foot.
I've always just tacked it down.
I asked him earlier because I still have some very small mushrooms that will not attach to a rock. Well, they keep getting airborne, and
yeah, but they're in enemies. That's what
I know they are.
They're the same families and enemies, right? So the foot, they'll go where they want to. You can't stick it where it wants to. The only way to keep it doing it is get an elastic band and put an elastic band around it.
That sounds horrible.
No,
are you going to pin it with an elastic band?
Put an elastic band around it and pin it down. Eventually, it'll stick its foot down.
I've heard like the wedding veil. You could tie them to a rock with wedding veil, so they get flow.
Well, that sounds a lot nicer than an elastic band around their middle.
Right. No, you can get elastic. You can get all size elastic bands. I'm not saying get a small one and put it onto a tight rock so it's really tight, pinning it down. You get one.
Just loosely hold it.
Just loosely on it.
See, my brother's super glued the one I gave him down.
I was going to say, I just glue them.
Did it survive?
Yeah, but
did it do well?
It can be hard because the glue might not stick because they'll just produce a slime and it might just come off.
If you
but that's the idea. It holds it just for a short while. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be gluing the foot. No.
Just tack it a bit.
It's a very weird conversation to come in on if you think about it. Somebody just walks in and be like, oh yeah, just lick the mushrooms. It's fine.
Yeah, they can stick it. Oh, Reef Dudes is tonight, right?
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, in like half an hour.
Okay. Lick and stick. The red ones taste like strawberries.
Yeah. Stop it.
Next one, get somebody in the hospital.
No more. I came in this hangout to get away from you, Nick. Had enough of you, sir.
So what have you been doing before the hangout then?
What?
She's asking me about mushrooms.
We were chatting. He was jumping rope in the firehouse. He was actually really good.
I was in the gym earlier.
He was in the gym and then he went out into the firehouse and was jumping rope. He's like a professional jump roper.
So he jumps a rope like a girl. Okay.
No, he jumps rope like one of
Nick
those fitness guys.
Nick plays skippy rope. Okay.
Yeah.
Really what did they used to call it on the videos? Is it like double Dutch or something like that? They used to call it.
Double Dutch is 2 ropes.
2 ropes. That's
Nick is better at jumping rope than he is building cabinets. So.
Ooh.
No, have you seen him build? He's really good at building cabinets.
Oh, no, I'm glad you said that.
He's an 11 at building cabinets. He's a 12 at skipping rope.
Jeeves?
I want a cabinet. If I wanted to rebuild the one for my 75, would I need a center brace in the front or no?
How long is the?
It's a 4 foot
tank. Yes.
So 3 foot, you don't need one. 4 foot, you do.
No, really. If you go over 650 mil, then you're going to need some kind of a brace. It doesn't necessarily need to be a post, like vertical post, but you need maybe a horizontal brace. But over 650, the panel will bow. One thing you can do, though, Jeeves, is you can offset that post. So say you've got your 4 foot and you want 3/4 of your sump to be accessed, you can offset that support. It doesn't have to be in the middle.
Yeah.
You can offset it 1/3 of the way across.
What if you just did a crossboard on the top?
Depending on the thickness, it'll bow. Because believe it or not, the strength in bowing wood is very strong. So another way you can do it is we do a system called a hybrid. So instead of a vertical wooden post, you can use a horizontal, what do you call it, square box steel.
Okay. Yeah, we had talked about that. And you just tie the square box. I'm just trying to figure out if I rebuilt my stand. I'd like to go with something where it's more of an open cabinet. I don't have that center post.
Then use the square box steel or aluminium, honestly.
So
because then you've got everything fully open.
What is 3/4? 18 mil? 19 mil?
Of what?
Plywood. 3/4 is 19 mil, right?
Yeah, that'll still bow, though.
Even if you doubled them up and sandwiched them?
Yeah.
If I did like a 6-inch strip of 3/4 plywood across the top and doubled them up, it'd still bow?
I would, yeah. You get to prevent it from bowing, you're gonna have
to have the vertical.
Yeah, and the only other thing is, if you think about it, if it wants to bow and it's pressing down on the middle, the bottom of that square, if you imagine it as square support, what's happening to the bottom of that square is pushing outwards. So then what happens is your side of your cabinet then starts to bow.
Right, and that's where you get a collapse.
Because your pressure is only deflected, right?
Right.
But if you use a piece of metal, it can't, you know, a piece of square box section, it can't bow. So it's resisting that pressure, that force.
Gotcha.
Rather than deflecting it.
Okay.
There's a cabinet in my unit. Next time I'm down there, I'll show you. And what we did was we did a frame, a metal square frame, and we put that in vertically into the inside of the cabinet to hold it all square. And then we didn't need to have any center support. And that tank's a 30-inch cube. So there's some good weight in that. And that worked really well. I bought it back off the customer after he had it about 4 or 5 years. So I bought it back off of him. It's still in really good condition.
So what do you do with that after you buy it off the customer? You refinish it and then use it for yourself or sell it again?
Depends. Sometimes I use it like if I want to practice scaping, like on different things. So that's a good one to practice a cube scape on. And then I don't really set up as displays because usually there's a few nicks in it here and there. You know, maybe the silicone, or we can refinish it. So I usually sell them on or give them away. Sometimes I give tanks away.
Yeah.
I gave Woody's tank to him, and Annika's tank was free, and Woody's tank was free. So we're just getting in the way. So I just said, does anyone want these free tanks?
What?
Yeah, because I really like the cabinet you built. I just wouldn't want a center support in it.
Yeah, I can show you
Got any,
when I'm down there.
Got any extra 350-gallon tanks, Nick?
350 gallon?
Yeah.
What's that, 8 foot?
Yeah, no, 7 or 8. Either one I'll take.
I have got an 8 foot one down there.
All right.
He's got a 10-footer too.
He's building me a custom cabinet for it, unlike anything he's built before.
I got a new idea for it. Well, it's a design of a door that I saw that I really like. I haven't done one before.
Is it going to be opened by a robotic arm?
We can't say. You'll see it when I do the video.
How long have you known?
Wow.
How long have you known Nick? We've known Nick for ages, and he's never given us anything like this. Hey,
I mean, I've never.
Well, I mean, you know.
What, free stuff? I get free stuff all the time.
Sometimes if you're nice to people.
Nah, I'm not nice to Nick.
You're getting a free aquarium.
Hey, shush.
If you're going to call me out, what the hell?
Oi, Nick, I'm calling out.
It's okay. If he doesn't want his free aquarium, I'll take it.
Do you want it, Steph?
I'll just take it right off his hands,
You pay for shipping, I'll send it.
You know, because
that looks really cool, Tina.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I'm just doing the side. Let me see if I can put this on here a little bit. I'm just trying to get these little sideburns to match up here.
Oh, that's cool. So crafty.
Thank you. Poor little baby looks like Friar Tuck right now.
I was going to say a little bit, but hey.
Yeah. We're getting there.
I tell you what, if I lived there, I'd be shitting myself walking around your house.
This one's not one of the full. This one's not one of the full-bodied silicones. This one's one of the vinyl babies. So this one here, the head I could take off and set it in a bowl and all that good stuff. So this one will have a stuffed soft body.
Yeah,
a cloth body like a normal regular baby doll.
There's two things that freak me out: dolls and kids.
You'll be all right.
You'll be even better because it's dolls of kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ghost kids and dolls.
These babies are perfect. They don't cry. They don't mess. They just lay there and look pretty.
Do you sell them?
Yes, I do. Actually, I'm an artist.
Oh, that's really cool. So all the heads are like custom sculpted?
Most of these have come from clay sculpts. Yeah. So
that's cool.
I'm working on silicone and vinyl. I do both. So some of them are full-bodied sculpts. Some of them are not. Some of the babies I do are memorial babies. Some are for Alzheimer's patients. Some are for handicapped individuals who cannot or never will be able to have children.
Gotcha. So like the reborns, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, that's what this one is a reborn. That's what this one is a reborn. And the other ones that I work
that's
on.
creeping me out, Tina.
Boo. Look at that little face. How can you say no to that little face?
I'm not being funny, but I seen that. I tell you what, like, if you left it downstairs, I'd be like staying upstairs. Someone have to.
She's like, come look at my fish tank, and it's just heads everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I've got boxes of body parts. Heads, arms, legs, little torsos.
when my daughter was little and she used to leave the big dolls downstairs. Nah, I used to have to turn them around and everything so they're looking at me.
My daughter doesn't have a doll yet because they creep my husband out.
Aww.
I think all lads are just freaked out by dolls and that. You know what I mean? We've seen too many films. I've seen Annabelle. Stop that.
Yeah, see, none of that phases me none. None of that phases me at all.
Until one opens up and goes, Mama.
Thank you, Reef dudes. Yes, it is crazy realistic, and that's the whole point of me doing this. Most of these babies that I do are very, very special for one reason or another. So that's why I like doing them. And plus, it's like part of my heart goes into each and every one of these babies. So the fun part is actually getting ready to like dress them up, take their photos and stuff like that, and send them home to get the reaction of the prospective parent or whoever's doing it. So that's really cool. I really like the fact I've got 2 dolls coming up that'll actually be in movies sometime next year. That's stand-in.
Oh, that's really cool.
Are they so they're kind of like the ones I was telling you about?
Yeah, they're like stand-ins. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. Can they reuse yours?
Studio. All I can say is MGM Studios. I'm not allowed to say anything else.
No. I said, can they reuse them? Because I told you.
Yeah, they can reuse them or sell them, or they can sell them or do whatever.
Yours actually look like real babies. Like I showed you my friend's company that makes bodies for Hollywood movies and like organs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
His up close don't look anything like yours. Like his from a distance will kind of look, but he doesn't specialize in babies. He specializes in blood products, like half dead animals, things like that. Like he can make a freezer full of hanging.
Yeah.
And you'll think they're shooting the film in a freezer full of hanging meat. Like it's that good. Yeah. Like I told you, he did the whole first season of Dexter. He provided every drop of blood and every dead body for that whole.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Dapper Cadaver is the name of his company.
Yeah. I like to work with the silicone products. Most of the stuff that I use comes from Smooth On. I'm not sure if you've heard that.
No, I use Smooth On.
FX paints and stuff like that is what I Psycho paints and Fuse FX and stuff like that. So I started out with just doing the vinyls, and then that was almost 10 years ago. And then about 5 years ago, I started working with silicone. I really, really enjoy working with that. So, and plus, this hobby supports that hobby.
Yep. That's why I'm working on my new hobby.
If you're doing it for Hollywood movies, that's the thing is once you get your name in with one, everybody keeps calling you. That's kind of how, I told you I moved to LA because I got one job with Sony that turned into a 10-year career.
Yeah.
So, and I was having to turn down 80% of the calls I got because I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, well, there's several ladies out there. I don't know if I will keep doing it that way because I'd really rather not
good money.
take on a bunch of contract stuff.
Don't accept their offers. Ask for more. Because you're good once you have your foot in the door. If they offer you $3,000, say you want $5,000.
What I'm saying is I'm just kind of filling in because there's so many out there right now that they're needing that a lot of the women that normally do that are completely booked up.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, I would rather not be beholden to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather do it the way I will do it this one time, but I probably won't
But you don't
because
want, like,
I can't take pressure. I can't take pressure. If they give you a deadline, obviously I'm going to have to work and get it done by a deadline, but I don't want to be getting so swamped to where it takes my creativity away. I want to be able to love what I'm doing. And if it gets to be where it feels like a job, I don't want to do it anymore because I have a job, a full-time job with a stroke patient. I don't, you know, I want to be able to work on it in the time that I want to work on it. But so, like I said, I've gotten